In a world full of film and TV news,
This just in.
Breaking news for you now.
Gotta interrupt you here. We have some breaking news.
To another story that is breaking overnight.
3 men have joined forces to bring you
Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Cut, where we talk all things film and TV. I'm back, Connor, with Craig and Brad.
Hip.
Hello, everyone. Back again.
What that was.
No,
It was a hip and yeah mixed.
I liked it,
think
though.
combine it.
I'm going to clip it. Use it. This week's episode was supposed to be Snake Eyes, but we don't get it till the 17th of August in the UK.
Been shanked.
Yeah.
Massively.
Which I don't think, looking at the reviews, is a bad thing, really.
Doesn't seem so. I've seen lots of 6s, I think is roughly about what they're getting.
Yeah.
Apparently, for such a fighting film, I mean, we spend much time on it, but apparently for a fighting film, the fighting's awful.
Really.
And it's very
like the
far.
camera or so. It's
People really hate that it's like, we know when it shakes about and then jump cuts in between things. People really hate that because you can't keep track of the actual fighting side of choreography and that.
Yeah.
And apparently this is just everything in it is that. But we'll reserve judgment.
It's been
I guess.
underwhelming, but we'll see it ourselves.
Yeah. So instead,
Actually, sorry, just off the back of that, just a bit of news that we won't bring up anywhere else. Henry Golding, who plays Snake Eyes in the film, has said he's 100% convinced there's going to be a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Transformers crossover.
oh, God.
What?
It's like he knows it's in the
He
shit.
said 100%.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Well, that's a bit of bonus news.
Anyway,
for you,
yeah, sorry, go
so instead, we've got everything from Comic-Con.
Yep.
As well as a plethora of trailers.
Lovely
We've got about
work.
7 to go through, as well as all the news, Marvel, Star Wars, general news. So stick around because there's a lot to go through. Socials at Weekly Cut, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Go check them out. Everything's on there.
Nailed it, Con.
Very good. Very good.
But before we start, the little warm up. It's my go to host it.
Okay.
So I've got a game. The game is I've got a list of famous quotes from films that are always misquoted. So I've got the actual quote and the misquote. They're only subtle, so you got to listen and
Right.
you got to guess which one is.
Can I put a caveat in, because he does know this as well. Even with Marvel, I am useless with quotes. I can never remember quotes, but we'll see how this
It's been
goes.
put in.
But this is going to be hard. There's only one word that changes, but everyone says it the
Is
wrong
this
way.
that like the
Mandela.
Mandela?
That's
the
it.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I like that. Cool.
So I'll start with an easy one. So this is from Planet of the Apes. So first one to get it. Well, not first one to get it. You just take your pick and
Come on.
crack on.
Let's go.
So Planet of the Apes. The quote. I'll say them both. You let me know what it is. Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
It's get.
I think it's the first one.
It's take your stinking paws off me.
Well
Yeah.
played.
Yeah. So
That is a subtle, that's a very
Yeah.
subtle difference.
a lot of them are. A lot
Yeah.
of them are subtle. Let me just tick them off as I go. Next one, Titanic.
Ooh.
Leo is on the ship at the end. I'm king of the world. I'm the king of the world. Just one word.
Just it's just whether to.
Just one word.
I think it's I'm king of the world. I
I'm
think.
glad it gets, because I'm just living it in my head of him when he shouts it. I think it's, I'm the king of the world. I think he's there.
To keep it interesting, I'm going to split it.
I'm the king of the world.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, it
Fair
is.
play.
This one's a famous line, but I don't think you've seen the film. It's from Sunset Boulevard.
I saw this in college,
Okay, so
but
yeah.
I don't really remember it.
So I say both quotes. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Or, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue.
Pure guess. Go on, you go first. I don't know.
I'll go for the first one. Bad.
I'll go for the other one.
First one. Because everyone says, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. I think in Mr. Doubtfire he says it as well.
I'll just,
Yeah.
I'll quote you on it. Fair play.
Thank you very much. Next one, Godfather. I've never seen Godfather.
I'm going to be useless,
so-
but let's go.
I've seen the first one. I don't know which one this is from.
The first one.
Okay.
So
Lucky you.
It would be weird if I just saw the third one, though, wouldn't it?
Quote number 1. I want to make him an offer he can't refuse. Quote number 2. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. It's the same. Hold on.
No, it's a different
Yeah, it
word.
was a
Wanna
different
and
word,
gonna.
yeah.
I think I know what this is.
So repeat them just quickly again.
So quote number 1, I want to make him an offer he can't refuse. Number 2, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Just from it sounds like it should be Gonna, but now I'm second guessing myself. I'm going to go with Gonna.
I think it is gonna.
It is Gonna.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's quite an easy one.
Nice.
Okay, Frankenstein. I don't think we've any of us seen
Jesus,
this.
no.
But it's a quote.
It's probably a
it's
famous
Yeah,
Frankenstein
famous
quote, though.
Yeah. So 2 quotes. It's alive. He's alive.
It's got to be it.
I think it is it, but I
Keep it
no,
interesting.
yeah, I think no. I'm going to go with the same with you. I think it is. It's alive.
It's alive.
I wouldn't say he's, would
Yeah.
he?
No,
It's alive. Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
It's back Kansas, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it is,
is. I
yeah.
knew it wouldn't be.
So, both quotes. Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Or, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
I think it's
I don't think.
I think it's I don't think.
I
No,
have
it's feeling, isn't
I have
it?
a
No,
feeling.
Hang on, half a second he went up.
I did get it right. No.
I have a
It
feeling.
come into me head just too late then.
Right, I've got quite a few more, but I'll trim them down. Jaws. I think everyone knows this one. Quote number 1, you're going to need a bigger boat. Quote number 2, we're going to need a bigger boat.
I think I know what it is.
I would say number 2.
What? What was that?
The
Weird.
Where?
I think it's not, because there's a bit where he walks back into the cabin and he says to the guy on the boat, he says, because he's just thrown the chum bucket in, and
Yeah.
I think he says, you're going to need a bigger boat.
He does, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well played.
That's a famous one,
Yeah.
though.
But that's them words. Yeah. Yeah.
Subtle. Next one, Snow White. Disney, the Disney one, the old one. Quote 1, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Number 2, magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one
Second
of all?
one, magic.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Everyone,
the
everyone
classic
thinks it's mirror,
Mandela
mirror.
effect
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Well done. Dirty Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Those quotes.
That's
yeah.
my dad's favourite film.
Is it? I thought it would
Or
be.
one of. Anything Clint Eastwood, basically.
Getting into the goonies.
Do you feel lucky, punk? Or do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
He's speaking to the geezer, isn't
Yeah.
he? So you'd think it's the first one, but I don't like your face now.
I'm going to spoil it, and I'm pretty sure it's the second one, because he does the quote before it. He says he doesn't know how many shots he's fired out of his Magnum. So I think he's saying, "Do I feel lucky about how many's left?" We're pointing at him. So
Right.
I'm saying that.
Correct.
Well played.
Yeah,
Very
number
well
2.
played.
Maybe not so bad at quotes.
Apollo 13. Quote number 1. Houston, we've had a problem. Number 2.
Got.
Houston, we have a problem.
Oh.
Wait, what was the difference?
So number 1. Houston, we've had a problem. Number 2. Houston, we have a problem.
Again, I think the second one, but I don't know.
I'll just go with what I think it should be, and I think it's we have a problem. The second one,
That's
yeah.
what I would say.
That is one of the most famous ones. It's not.
This is brilliant. This is a brilliant
We've
game.
had a problem. This one's an easy one. You're going to get it straight. You'll get it straight as well.
Is that the quote?
Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back.
I know that. I know.
This is another-
Wait. Don't give him the two answers,
Okay.
because I know what it is. So you know the famous line when
This is,
Vader,
again, it's just like Magic Mirror. This is a famous Nelson
when
Mandela
Vader
effect.
tells
Yeah.
Luke.
Father.
Do you know what he says?
When you say it, I'll probably know what
Go on.
what you shouldn't say.
Right. So the end of it, it's a word before. The end of it is "I am your father." What does he say before? What's the one word he says?
No or Luke, innit?
Yeah, it's one of the two.
Yeah. No.
No.
that is correct.
Yeah.
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 Everyone always
Thinks-
quotes says, "Luke,
Yeah.
I am your father."
Right. Three more to do. Forrest Gump. Quote number 1. Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. Quote number 2. Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates.
So similar. What?
It makes sense to me to be is, but that obviously probably means it's not that one. But I'm going to go with is a box of chocolates.
for interesting sakes, I'll go for the other one.
Was
Yes.
life was like a box.
It doesn't make sense.
I would have said what you. Yeah, it's madness.
2 more. So King Kong. Quote number 1. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast. Number 2. It was beauty killed the beast.
I know what this one is. I'm pretty sure I know it.
It's so similar.
Yeah.
I'll go with the second one.
It is the second one.
Second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what does Jack Black say?
Well, I don't know which one's that's from, but I know that people always goes "twas"
Yeah.
music, but it's not. I know it wasn't that one, so it must be the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah. Last one. I like this one.
Okay.
E.T. Quote number 1. E.T. phone home. Quote number 2. E.T. home phone.
This feels like a massive trick
It
question.
is the second one. It is.
Yeah.
It's the second one.
Everyone quotes phone home, which makes more sense. This is why this game doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
It's only E.T. It says home phone. The
Yeah.
kids say phone home.
Yeah.
Right, gotcha.
yeah. That's a game. Good
like
game.
it. It's
good. Like it. That's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a load of them about, isn't there? Them ones.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I didn't realise there were so many. I knew of the classic ones, the Luke
Yeah.
and Father
Magic
one
Mirror
and the
thing,
Magic Mirror,
yeah.
but well played.
Right. Jump into news.
News.
Yes.
I haven't got my laptop this week. It's me in it.
Is you?
Yeah, right. Big week for Army of the Dead. So let's start by just mentioning fair play. They've got 75 million account views.
Yeah.
We posted a long time ago. They projected 72 million in the first 4 weeks, And in the first 4 weeks, they've done 75 million accounts. That's massive. I think it's now gone into the top 10 most successful films in Netflix history.
As we said before, that isn't just 75 million views because I've
five
got 4 people on my account.
Exactly.
So it's impressive.
Very strong. And because of that, this news follows. So Army of the Dead 2 officially in the works at Netflix.
Good.
We're all happy with that, I think.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Did you see the interview with Deborah and Zack Snyder talking about it? It was quite interesting. He said basically because Army of the Dead was going to be Warner Brothers, when Warner Brothers passing it, and they was in an interview, both of them, and they said that when they went to Netflix and said, this is our idea for Army of the Dead, Netflix apparently liked it so much, so if you've got spin-offs and whatever, do them, we're fine. So the anime, the Army of Thieves thing, but they basically said what's different between their approach to, they said Marvel and DC and all the others building these universes, is that these projects were all running concurrently.
Yeah.
This is why we're getting Army of Thieves so soon afterwards, and then anime soon after, and then now the sequel's already greenlit because of how the first one did.
It's a massive punt on Netflix.
I think they just trusted him.
Well, I suppose, if Zack Snyder's saying, I'll do your universe, I suppose Netflix ain't got a universe, have they, really? I know they've got things like Stranger Things.
That's why it's quite clever, because it's like all these projects started concurrently and were drafted up, and all the same people were involved. It does help with continuity, because he was saying specifically about Army of Thieves, and I think actually Deborah was saying more about it, was saying how Army of Thieves fits in, because some of it was being filmed at the same time, and you can show these bits and it all actually happens at the same time. Yeah. There isn't no difference in people looking different and different times of day where it doesn't match up and stuff. So it's quite a clever idea.
Yeah, play Netflix on that one.
But imagine if the first one would have done crap.
That's what I mean, a massive punt. And you think,
the other two things rolled in.
We've got a few series in the works, actually. So a bit awkward. But yeah, so that's great news. Obviously, it was pretty obvious after the first one. And then off the back of that, Snyder's production company, Stone Quarry, have signed a first look film deal with the streaming service. So they've got full faith in. They've just given him a blank check, didn't they? Let's face it, because Rebel Moon, we spoke about that, loving it last week. His new sci-fi Star Wars adapted script is coming. He's got a script for a 300 third film. I'm sure they're going to think about that. He's got a King Arthur script again. So Netflix are probably just going to, do you know what? Do them all.
As they should. You've got to trust the man. He's fantastic.
He's a great filmmaker. Yeah.
I think after the reaction from Justice League, I think he's give him his kudos.
100%. It's whether. I mean, this doesn't mean the end for DC with him. Obviously, you never know. With this.
I'm not sure.
No. Well,
I think them bridges have been burned.
You never know with this new Discovery merger. It's still obviously not done yet. It's not going to be finished till next year. So it's until that happens, you don't know what Warner Brothers Studios is going to look like. It might be done. I probably think it is done. But if his stock does keep going with Netflix, they might just go, do you know what? We'll just, new people are in. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah.
Do your DC shit.
Yeah.
We're sorry. So you never know, but I think Netflix are just going, do you know what, Zach? Stay with us. We'll give you what you want.
Yeah.
And fair play.
Happy days.
And we've got the Army of Thieves trailer. We'll talk about that in the trailer segment.
We will.
And then, big bit of news dropped about Michael B. Jordan. So he's developing, producing, and possibly starring in a Superman project for HBO Max, and it will be a limited series confirmed. And it will be centered around Val Zod, the character from the comics, which is a black Superman.
Oh, good.
As it should be.
As it should be. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on it?
Happy with that. I'm desperate to see Michael B. Jordan in a Superman suit. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
The fan art does look cool for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had this whole conversation, I don't know how long ago now. They're saying that they was going to recast Kal-El as a black Superman. We said, no, just do the black Superman and keep him black. Don't you have to change it? And this is very welcome news.
Yeah. Very welcome news.
People can't have the ump with it.
No, they can't.
They will, but they can't.
The project you just mentioned is still going ahead.
That's stupid.
So
how many different versions they want going ahead?
So J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot Productions. That they've got a writer, Tally Heath Coates. I can't remember his name now. He's writing the story for a proper theatrical release where it's going to be actually Clark Kent / Kal-El, and it will be a black Superman. So that is still happening. This is a separate project solely for limited series on HBO Max with Michael B. Jordan.
I bet that one doesn't happen.
Do you not think? Look,
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think you can. I think they're too deep with a writer and stuff like that, and the hype around Black Superman. I think they won't look good as a studio if they was to pull the film.
But like me now, I mean, without people like us who are doing this and are that up to date with it, if you'd heard rumblings of a Black Superman film coming out, and then this news come out of Michael B. Jordan in a series as Black Superman, you probably think, like I just thought, oh, it's the same thing. They just hadn't given us the information before.
Yeah.
I think they could easily get rid of the film now.
I agree. I just £20
But I don't like Warner Brothers anyway.
£20 bet me and you. I think it's definitely 100% will happen, especially the white.
How confusing would that be for casual fans? You got Michael B. Jordan as one Black Superman on HBO Max, and then you're going to have someone else playing a Black Superman who's not the same Superman. It's a bit confusing.
I guess we'll have to see what happens with the Flash movie, whether that makes sense in the multiverse they're going to throw open. I don't know. But yeah, those two projects are separate, which there was a lot of confusion, but they are. But anyway, back to the series. Good news.
Yeah,
I'll be excited for that.
Yeah.
And then we've got the DC Injustice movie. A lot of DC at the moment. So I'm just going to list out a couple of names. Some you'll know, some you won't probably. But the DC animated Injustice movie, which is a massive in terms of fans excited for, because that was such a brutal game and a popular game. So an animated, it's going to be very Invincible-like. So we've got Justin Hartley as Superman. He played Green Arrow in Smallville.
Always Smallville. Always comes back.
Hey, there was news the other week. Come on. Then we've got Anson.
Suppose they're not doing fuck all else now, are they?
Then we've got Craig's favourite actor, Anson Mount, as Batman. No. In his defence, he's quite actually a good actor, but that he literally had no lines because of Black Bolt he played in Humans. And as Craig said when we were talking about it a long time ago, they got the most generic-looking Hollywood, good-looking, middle-aged man to play this role, and it just didn't work at all. But Anson Mount as Batman. We've got Laura Bailey as Lois Lane, Janet Varney as Wonder Woman, Gillian Jacobs as Harley Quinn, and Kevin Pollak, who's not been around in a while, but he's known for voices, Joker and Jonathan Kent. So, good news.
Yeah.
There's a trailer. I've got to watch it, actually. Long Halloween Part 2 dropped today. I need to watch that, and the first part was absolutely brilliant. So,
well, the trailer dropped to the whole thing.
No, the whole thing. I
nice.
bought it, so I've got that to watch now on Amazon Prime. So I'll watch that. And then lastly, two things. Leslie Grace has been cast as Batgirl again. HBO Max movie. What do you think?
Now, I just want to be correct. You posted it online.
Yes.
On the Twitter at Weekly Cut.
Yeah.
Is this the one where people are kicking off?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'm fine with it. I think it's fine. I don't know who she is. What's she in?
So she's in Into the Heights, the actress. Her breakout role is Into the Heights in the minute.
Oh, okay.
So I think she's Hispanic.
Yeah.
Obviously from that musical. So that was her first role. Apparently she's very good in Into the Heights.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched it.
It's a musical, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a musical?
Yeah.
It did just say musical, to be fair.
Did it? Oh, did you? Oh, sorry.
So, she's... But people, just like the Snow White news, they're kicking off.
If she's good, then fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
I saw someone say something quite good. Like, people need to calm down a little bit. I know there's people have some fair issues, but you got to remember Jeffrey Wright is Jim Gordon in The Batman, right? And Barbara Gordon is Batgirl, so his daughter. So it could actually work, and there's rumours that this is going to be linked. And they're waiting to see what happens with the Batman.
I thought I read this Batgirl is not Barbara Gordon, it's Cassandra Wayne.
You might be right.
There's another Batgirl that's called Cassandra something. There's quite a few.
Yeah, I thought this one was Barbara Gordon.
I might
be wrong.
I don't think they've actually
a Google job
confirmed who it
at
is.
the break needs to be happened there.
Yeah.
So
that would make sense with that. Yeah.
But I do see there's like 8 women coming to DC over the next few years, and this is what kicked up the other day. And the only like white woman is Helen Mirren coming in Shazam. They're all like of colour and stuff like that. Again, we don't really care, but it does give the argument to the people that are rationally talking and not being, racist. They're rationally talking and saying, like, you don't need to do that. It'd be like them going, right, Black Panther now going to be a white guy. It's not right. It shouldn't happen. Mm-hmm. So it looked like a massive... When I saw that picture, I didn't really have any thoughts on it. And then I saw that picture and I can sort of understand, like, that is... You're taking a lot of famous characters and... just changing their comic looks all at the same time. So it's almost like they're in the era at the minute where woke and stuff like that, and they are checkboxing. So I can understand what people are saying that, but I don't really care. If they're good, and I'll wait to see it. Jeffrey Wright, I can't wait to see him, and he doesn't look like Jim Gordon,
believe anyone booted off about him.
No, I don't remember
anyone saying.
Probably just because he's a good actor, so people are like, well, he's all right then.
What I've got to remember is, these people audition, so a whole host of races audition, and if you're not good, if you're a white lady and you're not good enough, then so be it. Be better.
Yeah.
If someone's better than
Be
you,
better,
then
exactly that.
just be better.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that should just be blanket. Yeah.
Yeah, and all the obviously the bigger stars who are white ladies or white women doing bigger things.
Yeah.
So they're not going to step down to this.
Yeah.
And those who are up and coming obviously aren't there yet. So it's an audition process, but yeah,
No,
maybe
I completely agree. I don't really me and Connor are not massive comic fans, are we? Really, we're like movie fans. So when people say like it doesn't look like a comic, I personally don't really care. But the only ones I do care about are like Superman,
the big ones. Yeah,
the big ones.
I care about the core characters.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the core.
That's it.
I don't think you can change.
And I've never read it, but I'm 100% sure that's why Marvel created Miles Morales Spider-Man, to have a black Spider-Man and not be a black Peter
Tarnished
Parker.
yeah,
You know
makes
what I mean?
sense.
And a lot of people like Miles Morales more. So
I think I do.
Yeah, well, yeah, so-
He's a fantastic hero. But yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't think you mess with the core characters. Side characters like Batgirl,
Who cares?
don't care.
exactly. Yeah.
But just don't mess with the core ones. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's it on that for the Batgirl. And then lastly is news about Legendary. They are apparently, reportedly, up for either a sale or merger. So times are hard, Craig.
Well, it seems a bit crazy because they've just had Godzilla versus Kong. Obviously, they own all the rights to the MonsterVerse, so all the Kong and Godzilla stuff. And then they've got Dune coming out, which we'll talk about in a bit, which looks spectacular.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of money's gone into it. Probably will make a lot of money. So why now say we want to sell the company off and merge somewhere else? Surely that tarnishes it before Dune's even out. But are they in trouble that much that they need to do this? I don't know. It's weird timing.
maybe it's just to battle Disney, because Disney and Fox merger, so they're just such a big powerhouse. So maybe it comes to thinking, maybe we've got to come together here and just put all of our money into one pool just to compete.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I don't get how that works in the real world scenario of it. Because yes, Disney have now got Star Wars, Marvel, Fox, whatever, and they can make whatever they want. That's fine. But that shouldn't tarnish companies like Universal, Paramount, or whatever, or Legendary to make good films. Disney don't always put out good films. You know what I mean?
No, it's true.
They put a lot of money into films. Doesn't mean they get that great. Black Widow was pretty mediocre, but people saw it because it is what it is. But if the rest of them put out decent films, like June, like we're going to talk about in a bit, looks great.
Yeah,
Don't see why they'd have to rival. No company's going to rival Disney. No. It's just not going to happen. But I don't get it.
I don't think they care about the films.
No,
It's more about the dollar bill.
Straight to the point.
well, Warner Brothers don't. As the whole case with
True.
the original Justice League.
Yeah.
That was just they leveled their bonuses. It was rushed out. Genuine
Boycott
thing.
Warner.
Yeah, I actually will. And Sony are on the way out as well. I'm telling you that now. And until they give us Spider-Man, that's fine.
Yeah, and then we're fine.
I bet they won't moan and put that up.
No, true. Oh, what? And I just on Spider-Man as well. I'm a little bit. Remember, I put something in the chat the other day about the UK cinemas for. I think it was the Green Knight, that Dev Patel's new film.
Yeah.
I'm slightly worried now that the reason we've not got a Spider-Man trailer is because they're trying to buy time to see what's going on with this pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
I've read that as well.
And it makes sense. And because why would they release a big trailer and then go, we've got to push it back? Because this will make the easiest $1 billion and more, but it will make it so quick.
Yeah.
If you're a businessman, you're not really a fan. Like if you're Sony, I'd go, look, I don't really care about the fans. This will make this much money at this time and this much money at this time, so delay it.
yeah.
Because you're not going to lose people by delaying it. You'll be angry, but it's just a bit worrying, isn't it? I hope it doesn't, but I can just imagine them coming out with it and saying it's going to be 2022 or something, and that would just be...
It does make me wonder how far like Marvel / Disney are actually involved with it, because obviously they've released the trailers for Eternals, which comes out in November, only 3 weeks or 4 weeks before Spider-Man's meant to. So if they're already preparing that far ahead, it must be Sony then on this side of it not doing this. But I don't know. All we know is it's got to come out before March because that's Doctor Strange. So
That's
it's got to come out before that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah.
I don't know.
Just hope it's not domino effects.
And then they all start rolling. Oh, don't! I can't. We can't do that again.
No.
We can't sell the mics.
I don't know what we'll do.
Yes, sell the mics.
We'll be back when it's over, I suppose.
But that's news for me. Over to you.
Over to me. As I said in the socials, that weekly cut, we put a poster for Jordan Peele's Nope. The film starring Daniel Kaluuya and Stephen Yeun.
Yeah, no, I think it is.
Released in theatres July 22nd.
Or Stephen Yeun.
I think it's Yun.
Yeun,
Yeah.
But we don't really know what the film's about. Do you have any ideas?
Looks like a big cloud.
Yeah.
A big scary cloud.
Big scary cloud.
Well, I haven't seen Us. Get Out is fantastic, but what is Us? How good is Us compared to Get Out?
It's not better than Get Out.
No.
It's
Or what
good.
define? Is it still good?
It's
It's
film.
still good.
Yeah,
And
it's good
it's he like with Get Out and us is they're interesting ideas for a horror slash, not really all horror slash thriller sort of film. So I'm quite happy to watch whatever he puts out. And Daniel Kaluuya is back, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, he's a great actor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Fair play.
We'll get it done so well, probably get him back in for this one. Some filming wrapped news. The Grey Man with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans is wrapped filming.
Yeah, looking forward to
Coming
that.
to Netflix, obviously.
It's one of those
so-
ones, isn't it? It's a massive film, but you forget
Yeah.
about it because there's so much going on. And Spider-Man. And, and yeah, I just can't. It sounds incredible, that film, and the 200 mil budget.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So, but yeah,
It's a lot for a Netflix film.
A lot.
Was this always a Netflix film?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
Like
Strange.
Yeah, it wasn't like bought or anything like that. It was 100% always going to be Netflix.
Fair play.
Like Extraction was. It's their new way of doing it. But
Yeah.
Forgot to mention with the Spider-Man thing, we posted the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, so
yeah.
That gave a jab at it pretty much.
Yeah.
And well done, Andy Samberg.
They must
Obviously-
have got the green light for that beforehand, surely.
Well, different companies. They're not even. I don't think they can do anything about it. It's a
music
parody.
was so similar. And
Yeah.
As long as it ain't the same, it doesn't really matter. It is a parody. But yeah, so the Brooklyn Nine-Nine teaser come out, but it was very much just a rip-off of the Marvel Studios logo coming out, basically saying we still haven't got the Spider-Man trailer.
And the caption was, heard you all want a trailer. And theirs is coming Thursday.
Yeah.
So.
But Andy Samberg, he's like quite well known as like a nerd.
Yeah.
Like geeky sort of stuff. So he's probably waiting on it as much as everyone else. So we're fair play to all of them. Well
Clever
done.
marketing.
Yeah.
Sad that's coming to an end, isn't it?
It is very
Yeah,
sad.
very
Final
sad.
season,
Yeah.
very sad.
Yeah.
And final bit from me, I haven't got much today. But according to Variety, a live action Pokemon series in the works. And Netflix.
Get
again,
in.
Netflix again are just rolling. And Lucifer's Joe Henderson is attached to write and executive.
I'm going to go get a drink. You two can chat away if you want.
Look, me and Connor have said this before that when Detective Pikachu come out, it was it looked great, and I remember watching it actually looked great, like the actual Pokemon and that.
It did look quite good.
And
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a battle in it with Charizard and thingy in an arena. Isn't
Oh,
there?
yeah. UFC cage, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a UFC sort of cage. And that idea of like actually being like a Pokemon world TV series or whatever in real life could work so well.
Yeah.
Could work so well. Obviously, that Detective Pikachu is a different type of thing, but it was I surprisingly enjoyed
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu so much.
If we can get Ash Ketchum back,
I
this
think
is just
it will.
childhood.
I think
This
it will
is-
be. Yeah.
That'd be
That'll
fantastic.
be incredible because the graphics of Detective Pikachu, and they're going to get better.
Yeah.
Because that came out a couple of years ago now, but it still looks good now. But the graphics of that and the fights in that looked really good. And if they could just recreate that for a TV series live action, I am all for it.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I'm not one to judge. You know, I watch some really bad stuff and enjoy it, right? So I'm not one to judge. Like, it's fine. But this, to me, Pokemon, to me, I loved it as a kid. It's one of them things I just don't need. Like, not in terms of the series. Not in terms of the series. There's loads of things that you don't need, but I don't care. It's content. We'll have it. But the Pokemon I'm talking about, it's different compared to all stuff that's been rebooted and stuff like that. I just don't feel like that's something I'll be happy to never look at again, Pokemon. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it when I was younger. I don't feel the need for a world. I'm not going to be universe, but yeah, that's just my opinion. But I will watch it.
Can I ask
I
you a
will
question
watch
then? So, okay, well, you were outside. I was
that
going
the
to say,
question?
if it was going to be on Netflix and it was there, obviously a free show to watch, it looks good, you're going to watch it.
I will watch it, yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Oh,
definitely watch
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's still massive in Japan.
Oh,
They
huge.
go bananas on
They're
that.
still
can
they're
ima-
on
I
about
can
series
imagine.
25 or 6 or something out there.
Yeah.
Probably even further.
Remember
than
that Yu-Gi-Oh? Is that still big?
I think people do
I've
cards.
haven't heard
You
that
go
in a long
cards.
time.
Oh, geez, yeah, fair
I
play.
was on TikTok about Beyblades today. It's all about.
Beyblades, fucking hell. But no, yeah, like Pokemon now still like, there's new.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's still playing that Pokemon Go game. Probably it seems like quite a lot of people. So they're
Yeah.
adding more and more. I think now it's about 800
Yeah.
on there now.
God.
But bring it on.
Fair play to Netflix. I think you posted it, or you may have mentioned it on the podcast about
Video
streaming.
games things.
No, the
Oh.
streaming services, amount of money they're putting in. Disney Plus, 30 billion and stuff like that. Netflix, I think, was half of that, but Netflix seemed to be doing 10 times more than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
where's 30 billion from Disney Plus?
I don't know
gone?
where that is going.
But Netflix, every week it's like, yeah, we've got a universe here. We're going to do a live action this, animation, 400 of animation ones.
Yeah.
Grey Man, Red Notice,
Yeah.
Masters Universe, Witcher. It's just all coming on Netflix. So they're just absolutely killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let
Well,
Netflix,
they've got to keep the crown, haven't they? They can't let it slip.
Yeah. I think they'll have that for a while.
I think they're on 209 mil now because they just had their quarter recall and stuff like that. So 209 million. Well, fair play to them.
You can times that by like 4.
Yeah, at least. Minimum.
How they haven't bought, because when we have Sky over here, where if you try and get the Sky Go app of someone else, there's only a limit you can have, and you can't change them more than once a month or something like that. I'm surprised Netflix doesn't do that, because nowadays, obviously, they're able to figure out where it is located. So even like Fire Sticks and that, they know your location, like the house or whatever, so they're able to stop other houses. I mean, it's great they don't, that's fine, but I'm surprised they don't.
Carry on, Netflix. Fair play.
Yeah, that's my news.
Okay. Right, some Marvel news then. So, I mean, we said about it before. It's not a new thing, but it is now officially confirmed that the Ms. Marvel and Hawkeye series will be coming in 2021. So, quite a lot more to come. Obviously, we've got What If in a couple of weeks. Shang-Chi. Then I think Hawkeye is meant to come before that. Then Eternals. Then Ms. Marvel, and then hopefully Spider-Man if we get it. So yeah, that has no new news really, but it is actually confirmed. With Ms. Marvel, there was some interesting news. If you like Brie Larson, anyway, because
hashtag recast. I'm joking. We like Brie Larson.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
No problem.
But obviously, we know that her next outing in film is the Marvel.
Get shoes.
It's called The Marvels, and it's going to feature her, Ms. Marvel, who we're seeing in Disney Plus, and Monica Rambeau as either Photon or Spectrum, whichever they're going to call her. But the Ms. Marvel show is coming. Obviously, she's named after her. She's a fangirl of Captain Marvel. This is why she gets her name, and she has different powers and that. But Captain Marvel stunt double has now been listed as appearing in 2 episodes of Ms. Marvel, which leads you to believe that Captain Marvel is actually in this.
Does that, Connor, I'm pointing out here, does that, because you're not, I don't think any of us are particularly that excited for Miss Marvel.
No.
We will, of course, watch it, but does this do anything for you? Does the show, first of all?
Not really.
And does this do anything with Craig's news?
Not really.
Well, I mean, I did say, if you're not bothered about it, you ain't going to be excited about it.
To be fair,
it doesn't really bother me.
I think it needs to happen. I'm not saying I'm like, I'm now really excited for this, but I didn't know this until today, so I think that is quite good. And if you're going to do a film called The Marvels and then her not appear in Miss Marvel, it'd be quite weird, and I don't...
It's almost as strange as Doctor Strange not appearing in WandaVision.
Well, yeah, and luckily that happened, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, but it adds a little bit more...
Yeah, it does.
...clout.
Yeah, it needs some pull. Yeah, it needs some pull power.
But, well, this is like, this character's a modern day character that hasn't really been around for a long time, and I don't really know much I know about it was in the Avengers game, and she's just a bit stretchy. Plus other stuff, I imagine.
It's the Fantastic, but can be giant.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I will be annoyed if she does show. If she shows up to Miss Marvel, this little superhero girl, and she couldn't turn up to anything else that was kicking off, then I've got questions.
Yeah, hang on. What about the other worlds that you had to protect that day? But now Miss Marvel needs a bit of help.
I've got questions.
Yeah.
She's going to greet fans.
Yeah,
she's a fan. Now, do you want some exciting news then about a Disney Plus show that no one really cares about?
Yes.
So Hawkeye, the show. However, Vincent D'Onofrio from Kingpin from the Daredevil Netflix series is rumored to be back in Hawkeye.
Can we do a video of me? Yeah,
GIF it, make it a GIF.
Absolutely fantastic.
That is great. What did you think of him in Daredevil?
Loved him. He's my favourite part of it.
Yeah,
he's fantastic.
He was iconic as Kingpin.
An absolute perfect, like, other than the obvious heroes and villains who've translated well from comics, that is like spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
I just want to hear him say Vanessa all day long. Just say that.
Is he whispering? I don't even know if he's... but he's powerful. I don't know. But yeah, he was... Like you just said about people that have transitioned very well from comic and stuff like that. Like the obvious ones, Tom Hiddleston, Loki, and Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. He is up there for me. I think he's absolutely everything...
I'd even say Charlie Cox Daredevil as well.
Yeah, I would. No, I would.
Who is also rumoured for She-Hulk as well.
Yeah.
And a nice segue on from that is that Josh Segarra
fantastic segue.
is going to be appearing in She-Hulk. He's best known for his portrayal as Prometheus in the Arrow series. I really liked him. I know you haven't seen Arrow, have you?
I've seen it now.
I really liked him. Very good, yeah.
I know it's the classic same...
Yeah.
He's an archer, face an archer, but he was, as Craig said, he was very good. Probably one of the better villains in that series.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure we all knew it was him when he entered the show.
Without question.
This new guy turns up.
I think it's like a DA or something.
Yeah,
He's like
he is a
he's
DA,
like,
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, right.
There he is.
And then suddenly this new villain turns up and he's like, you're definitely the same person.
Back.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's like Law and Order when it says starring. It's a big name. It's like, well, he done it then. Yeah. Obviously. Thanks for ruining it.
Cheers.
But that's good. He's good in Arrow, and obviously he seems like the superhero genre. So
Definitely got to be. I can imagine him as a lawyer, an opposing lawyer in a suit.
Yeah.
Because they've got so much CGI. I don't know what he's going to do.
Sure.
Yeah, just do some lawyering up.
Well, someone said, obviously, we talked about it before, the rumoured Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
It could be a member of one of them.
Oh,
so
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
like that's still has a rumour at the moment. But anyway, and obviously the rumour of Charlie Cox back as Daredevil, Matt Murdock in She-Hulk as well. It's been rumoured for ages. But now Vincent D'Onofrio back as well. That's...
I think that, well, the D'Onofrio thing is obviously brand new. That's never been thingy. But the Charlie Cox thing, that is in No Way Home as well. Like,
Yes.
It's 100%.
But it really makes sense. I don't want to bang on about No Way Home, but we have to mention it each week. But obviously him being a lawyer, Peter Parker in a bit of bother.
Just makes sense.
And they're like best buddies in the comics, and he has been Peter Parker. It looks like it all fits. Plus, we all know from last week, after Loki, anything's possible. So anything can happen now. But yeah, that's great news. Michaela Cole has been casted in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I don't really know much about her as an actress. Do you know?
I've never seen I May Destroy You. That's what she's most known for. I've never watched it.
No,
Is that a film or a TV show?
TV show.
Oh, okay.
But she is raved about as a young British. She's British, isn't she? I'm sure she
Oh,
is.
is she?
I've seen her in loads of like little BBC things when she was younger. So it's a face I know, but not really like seen much.
Yeah.
But people do rave about her. So good.
British accent's phenomenal, isn't it?
I think
We are really good, yeah.
I do think British people can do the African accent better.
Yeah.
No offense to Americans, Chadwick Boseman was brilliant at it, but I do think it's easier. I've heard before, so
I feel like they can also do American accents pretty good, where the other way around, not so much.
Yeah.
It seems very false the other way around. But anyway, but the rumour is around her is that she could be playing the MCU debut of Storm from X-Men. Obviously, we're all go for mutants now, do what you want. Which, actually, let's just remind me, we didn't speak about this last week. We did Black Widow last week, or was it the week before?
Week before.
I saw 2 weeks ago, we didn't speak about it. But he was the first...
the big bear.
Yes, which you didn't speak about. So, do you remember in Black Widow when Alexi's in prison and he's basically a big guy comes over and tells him you're lying about the whole Captain America thing, and he breaks his arm and it all goes all floppy.
Yeah.
Well, him himself, this guy, I can't remember the guy's name, but basically he put out on
7'2".
huge bloke. But he put out on his Instagram that he's basically the first mutant in the MCU. Maybe not at this point, but he plays a character called Ursa Major, right? Which is basically his mutant powers. He's a big bloke, but he turns into a giant bear.
Fair.
So not from New Mutants. It's a different weird bear thing that we had to endure.
Oh yeah.
But apparently that was officially what he's cast as. So he is officially one of the first mutants in the MCU. But that just reminded me because of the whole Storm thing.
I don't think they liked that, did they?
No, I don't think that's gone down too well. No.
Can't have a super soldier just crippling a mutant like that. It's not very good.
Well, yeah, whether he's a mutant, then yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Brilliant from the actor.
But the idea is as well, because there's basically, I can't remember what they're called now, lost the name of it, but there's a Russian Avengers team.
Crimson Dynamo and that, you thinking of that?
Yeah. So Red Guardian, who is Alexi's one of them, basically the Captain America of their team.
Yeah.
This Ursa Major is a member of the team, and Crimson Dynamo and all that. So it does make sense, but I don't think they're going anywhere with that.
Yeah, leave that alone.
But anyway, sorry, back to the main point. So Storm, she would look good as a Storm.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And it's a little bit sad now because Storm and Aurora, was it Aurora Monroe, Storm's name in it? Aurora and T'Challa were husband and wife and king and queen of Wakanda and all this stuff. Obviously, sadly, we're not going to have T'Challa anymore. Or are we? I still don't know. They're saying probably not, but...
Don't know. But there's 94 different scripts according to
Angela Bassett.
So,
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if get it, but it could be a way of bringing in Storm and then X-Men stuff. Well, another one, then the team up eventually comes and becomes X-Men or whatever. But it's a good idea. I mean, she could be anyone. So we'll move on. So obviously a film we're all looking forward to.
What
do you
I
want?
should have jumped in quick in that. I was just going to say another thing which was obvious, but I'm very happy about, is Winston Duke's confirmed.
Oh, yeah, back, yeah.
So he was brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's definitely back. I knew he would be.
I saw the comments going, is he going to be a new Black Panther? No, I don't think that's happening at all. But he can't. There's no heart-shaped earth.
No, it's all gone.
He refused to take it.
Oh, I bet there's another reserve somewhere.
Oh yeah, somewhere.
Oh, sure, he'll just whip it up somehow.
We didn't go to the East Mountain.
We have one more.
See, English people with African accent, very good. Can I move on?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, so
Just one more. No, I'm joking.
So I feel obviously we're all excited for Into the Spider-Verse 2, which is confirmed we know is happening.
Yep.
Jake Johnson, who played Peter B. Parker in the original one, is apparently closing on a deal to return.
Fantastic.
I didn't expect him not to return, really.
No, I didn't really think, when I saw that, I didn't really think, I thought, how did it end, etc. And it seemed like his story was done a little bit. And now maybe he's just going to, in this world and sort of train that. But I am so glad he's back. He's brilliant voice casting.
Very good.
He was good as the old, dishevelled Peter Parker, basically, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. So, yeah, fair play, Jake.
And then, obviously, off the back of now, Loki's finished and Multiverse is there. Kang's been or not Kang, but we all know it is Kang, a different version. Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, has begun filming, as confirmed by Peyton Reed, the director, with the creepy little scary rabbit that his daughter had.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's filming. Because Michael Douglas sort of spoiled that, didn't he?
Yeah.
A while back, saying it's going to be filming this year. Yeah. In July. So maybe need to pay more attention to these older actors. Because Alfred Molina, for example, we've got to believe him. Because they're not as clued up on this as I think the rest of the world is. So,
but I go, Michael, what you done? Oh, get out of my
Hollywood,
trailer.
Hollywood's changed.
Yeah, Hollywood's changed. You've changed.
what are you going to do? You're not going to say, well, you're not going to be in the film now, are you? So
fine then.
He's fine. Yeah, I'm sure he's not bothered. Obviously, he's back with Michelle Pfeiffer and all the rest of the cast, and obviously Jonathan Majors as Kang. Brilliant. So that's good to see that start film. Hopefully, we get some. Well, it's at Pinewood where Doctor Strange is being filmed. And it's all undercover and shit, which is unfortunate for everyone else.
Yeah. Unlike the Flash movie.
Just out about. Oh, you didn't mention about that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I want to say that now because I finished Marvel.
Just quickly then. Again, not much of a surprise. Andy Muschietti's been the director of The Flash, has been sort of teasing it, and it's confirmed that Ben Affleck's in this as well, and there's going to be 2 Batmans with alongside Michael Keaton. But we did get, I think it was filming in Glasgow, and we did get some incredible shots of Ben Affleck's never been seen before motorbike.
Yeah,
and he's like it was definitely Ben Affleck. Because, as I said, Mike, you're not going to put Michael Keaton's in that Batmobile, and that's it. He's not moving from his classic Batmobile. So it's Ben Affleck. He's back, and it looks great. Stunt double.
That bike is very inconvenient. It's very it's huge.
It don't
like
make
the
sense.
front of it. Is
doesn't
very
make
huge.
sense. Christian Bale's one did.
Sort
Because
of.
that come
Until
out
it
of
spun.
that come out of the car.
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah,
So it
yeah.
sort of made a little bit of sense, and
Yeah.
it could spin in different ways. But this just looks like a bike tank.
Yeah.
So yeah,
if it turns, it's falling over.
Yeah.
End of.
It's not making a tight turn.
No,
it can't.
it's not.
Straight line is pretty much what you're going to
It's
get.
not.
There.
Good.
So just a little bit of Star Wars news. Obviously, we reported a while ago Mina Masood, who's best known for Aladdin. Bless him, he's now got a new job.
Yes.
Apparently, rumoured. We don't know. It's not confirmed. But Ezra Bridger, I think we said this months ago. That he's, for me, spot on. He would be exactly right. Right age, right look, perfect. But now the bigger news is Lars Mikkelsen. Obviously, Mads Mikkelsen's younger or possibly older brother.
I'm going to assume older. I think
He does look a bit
I'm
older.
going
doesn't
to
he?
Google it, but I think older.
I think I'd agree.
Yeah.
So let's just say one of the brothers.
Yeah.
He's now been rumoured to be cast as Grand Admiral Thrawn,
That'd be
which
brilliant.
he looks some fan art. I don't think it was Boss Logic this time, but someone else has done it. It looks great.
Tall and skinny. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
He's basically, just for people who don't know, I don't really want to get in trouble for this, but he's like the head of like the Gestapo for Star Wars. He's just a horrible general, basically, and he will just do it. He's just horrible. He's not like all these other ones you see. It was like Vader at points was scared of this guy, and the other way around. So
Obviously not Kingpin, of course, but like the whispering, always calm, but then out of nowhere will lose his shit. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, bang on. Actually, like that.
But that's the only thing, though. I don't know how. And he obviously voiced, didn't he, in Star Wars Rebels? So that's anotcan't another good thing.
They're doing that quite a bit, aren't they? With it, because obviously,
Katie Sackhoff, is it?
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So, and what was her name?
It's a weird name.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's Star Wars,
A
isn't it? So-
Mandalorian.
yeah. Oh, that doesn't matter.
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
God,
sorry.
that's it, yeah.
So yeah, she obviously come back from the voice and be great. The only thing about Lars, who's brilliant, he's great as the horrible wizard in The Witcher. But the only thing about
that him?
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't realise. Yeah.
Proper horrible.
Yeah.
The only thing about him is that very rarely, but Grand Admiral Thrawn is very good at combat.
Yes.
So I don't know.
He's a master tactician sort of bloke as well.
So at one point he's like fighting these droids as training, and he's like ridiculous, isn't he? So I don't know how you would get Lars doing those bits.
However, I will say though, when you eventually see the return of Thrawn and Ezra, it's going to be a lot older because this is going to be obviously
Craig's nailed
Rebels.
it.
Rebels is before the original trilogy. They're going to be in Ahsoka series, which is
then
after the
this is
original
perfect.
trilogy. Yeah. So shut up, bro. Let's move on.
Great.
No, you're right. He's still going to need to do some stuff.
Yeah.
But great character. Everyone loves him from the comics, books, and Rebels. He was good as well.
Fantastic.
So it'd be good to see him on live action. Now, last bit of Star Wars news. There was a Comic-Con at Home poster, which is an official released poster from Lucasfilm. Actually, I've got something to say about Lucasfilm in a minute. Quite interesting. Yeah. But there's a poster released, and it was Luke Skywalker as seen at the end of Mandalorian with little Grogu. And it looks like he's trained him because Grogu's floating about parts of a lightsaber while Luke's holding up like a yellow kyber crystal. So obviously a yellow lightsaber, whatever. This is official. Spat a little bit.
Too excited.
I was really excited
Is
about
it
it.
fully official? Like
The-
actual?
Well, it's an official released poster of them two, obviously after the events of Mandalorian, but it's not been said what it's for. They haven't said if this is, going to be in the Book of Boba Fett, which I don't think it will be, or if it's going to appear in Mandalorian season 3. I mean, he could maybe the Mandalorian could want to go visit him or something, and that's a part. I don't know, but it's very obviously concept art. It's not obviously a real photo from the show. But it's not really said what it's for, and people are a little bit confused.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a good album cover. Just Jedi's with a Z.
But it looks good, and obviously, I don't think you're going to see the end of this version of Luke Skywalker. Obviously, a younger version, especially now after this next little tidbit. And obviously, I don't think Disney are going to sleep on the fact that Grogu's not going to be in it anymore.
Yeah,
he's like, sells the merch.
100%.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, there's one down there. So. They made the merch. But yeah, no, so basically, obviously, it caught a little bit of flack that Luke Skywalker's face, when he appeared in season 2, it was fine by me. I didn't really care. I was just overwhelmed that it was him. Do you know what I mean? It didn't bother me. Obviously, it did look a little bit.
I struggled with used to on that day because used to. I mean, you know how much I love Mandalorian, but I thought it looked horrendous. But used to on the day, I know you were really hyped. You were like, it wasn't that bad. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
I still stand by it. I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad. It weren't great. I don't think it was
like
that
an
bad.
It looks like an ad.
Well,
The,
this is part of the news. God, did you
Like I said, the Tom Cruise TikTok looks better.
Yeah.
Yes,
it
because
does.
this is part of the news. So that's made by I've got his name now, but so all the deep fake stuff, which is very clever technology and something that Mandalorian should have used instead of recreating what they actually did, which is an odd way of doing it. Series had them. I think they just tried to do something different and better.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this main guy, hang on, can you make some noise while I just get this?
With deepfake, I think they're quite worried about deepfake because it can be used
definitely
in negative ways. If you search in the right places.
Oh, right. Oh, that old dark web colour. Gotcha.
So this is the picture of viral deepfaker Shamook. I'll go with that.
Yep.
This was the Mandalorian version. This was his version.
Much better.
It's quite
It's
clear.
night and day.
difference.
It's night and day.
Yeah.
But until you see them two together, you don't notice the difference too much.
You don't.
But the deepfake thing, like you just said, is very confusing. The Tom Cruise thing. I don't know if this is the guy who does it, but he is one of the most famous viral deepfaker. So he may be the one behind the Tom Cruise stuff and that.
Yeah.
Not sure. But anyway, Lucasfilm and ILM, who does all the special effects and stuff for Star Wars as well as other companies, have hired him, this guy, off of the back of the Luke Skywalker viral thing.
Fair play.
So my point is that photo, that poster with younger Luke and Grogu, if they can do that better, then I think we are going to see him.
Yeah,
100%. I think I agree with that, especially with that. I know it's timing isn't everything, but with that news as well, obviously there's a lot of de-aging coming in the Disney Plus shows with Star Wars, etc. And why would you not? So
yeah.
And if someone can make it look that good on just, I guess, a personal computer or something like that, then with all the tools that he would be able to use, you could do anything, which is worrying. Also as well.
It is worrying.
But yeah.
Got to be worrying for actors as well. You think if you can get like Humphrey Bogart back, who was obviously a star in the 30s, to take this role of a young up and coming, they're going to think, I'm out of the job.
I did remember, do you remember like the Final Fantasy games and stuff, and how amazing that was even back then? Technology,
Yeah.
Not the actual gameplay as much.
No, the cutscenes and that, yeah.
And it's the same with like nowadays. What's it like? Halo and the new Call of Duties, where you got actors actually doing it. Like what's the Luke Cage guy?
Mike Coulter.
That's it. So he played a Halo character, and it looks exactly as if it's Mike Coulter right there.
Yeah.
So I do think it is worrying for like maybe like in 20, 30 years' time, will they actually need as many actors?
Yeah.
It will just be digitalise that fella for me, and it will just look exactly the same.
Yeah, it would just be the motion people.
Yeah.
It is crazy. I think, though, the only difference from what you said about old Bogart is that Mark Hamill was still alive to voice him in this.
Yeah.
So I think you're still going... Obviously, there's things that they maybe had to take bits from and put together. They did it with Rise of Skywalker. They took, Alec Guinness, who died, obviously, the original Obi-Wan. They took bits of his audio to make it sound like he was speaking. But I think it would be... I think they'd still need someone who's alive to do the voice. And the aging's fine.
I think in 10 years or so,
maybe.
There'll be like voice apps where you can just pull a sample and just use it. And that'll be it. It's going to be bad.
Scary.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's in the news.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll jump into trailers.
Good segment.
Lovely. Love that.
What was the word you used to describe this
A
segment?
plethora of trailers. So we have got a lot of trailers. So we'll jump straight in with probably the most spectacular, Dune.
I thought he was going to say Ghostbusters.
Thoughts?
Well, the word he just said, it looks spectacular. I'm still not 100% sure what's going on. And it's a bit... There wasn't enough worms in it for me.
Not enough big sandworms.
There wasn't the big bumholes. There wasn't enough of them. But yeah, it looked good.
Long trailer, wasn't it?
Very
3.5
long.
minutes.
Yeah.
I don't profess to know like the 70s movie or the books that people love and stuff, but I do feel like it has set the scene for me. I don't really know what the story is behind this world. I know they're obviously trying to expand into as many worlds as they can, but obviously it's going to be centered around that young, is it Paul or Poe, who's the Timothée Chalamet's character?
Yeah.
Who I didn't know until this trailer is the son of Oscar Isaac's character.
Yeah.
But it just looks like really cool, and it seems to be that is it Stellan Skarsgård?
Yeah.
The big, he just seems to levitate at one point. That
Or he has really long legs, we don't know.
but maybe long legs.
Just stood up.
They and his race, who looks like the general is Dave Bautista, just seem to be horrible, world taken over, destroying conquerors. And then it looks like these people are trying to band together to stop that happening. But some of the shots,
Oh, it looks,
it was insane. The explosions and the fighting with Josh Brolin and oh god,
Yeah.
It gave me very much Chronicles of Riddick vibes.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That's very,
know what I mean?
very apt. I completely agree with that.
And
On a
obviously, I
larger
think this will be
scale.
better.
Yeah.
And add to that, you got the score by Hans Zimmer, which just takes it to the next level as well.
And
It's
what's
already
it-
a 5-star for you.
Yeah, it is.
why was he why he didn't do Tenet? Did you tell?
Yeah, he didn't do Tenet because he was signed up for Dune already, so that's why the other guy done Tenet. Done a good job though.
But yeah, we was all a bit underwhelmed, weren't we, after the first.
Yeah,
one.
it wasn't really much, was it?
Like Eternals, we were all a bit
Yeah.
like, what's going on? Didn't really see much, but this, and hopefully Eternals follows in suit. But this trailer was absolutely cinematic.
Yeah, it looks like an IMAX job.
Oh,
this
yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
But the only bit I was a bit disappointed at is when the Power Rangers turned up at the end. Because
Yeah.
the suits were very 90s Power Rangers style.
It
They
looks,
still look good, though.
yeah. I mean, I think that will look better in the cinema. When
Yeah.
he's visor.
Yeah,
Why are
yeah.
you opening your visor mid battle? First of all, But I do think when Timothée Chalamet's character opens up his visor, it looks a little bit. But that's hard to do. Even Marvel and Disney have struggled
Yeah.
with that at times.
Do you know what it reminded me? I knew because I will speak about it in a bit when we do what we're watching. The Superman Lois Luthor, well, not Luthor anymore, but the suit he's in.
Yeah.
I was like, it reminded me of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
but yeah, I just can't wait to actually see this movie now.
yeah,
yeah.
long time coming.
And it's October, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
End of October, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Something like that, somewhere around that.
Yeah.
It looked good. Excited for
Autumn,
it.
autumn time. This fall.
This one's brilliant.
Next one, Army of Thieves. It does look very cool.
That's not me being naughty. That's a clap.
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah, it does.
Does look cool.
I'm of a different opinion than yours.
Fair enough.
okay.
Bring it on.
I think it does look good, but what is that? What's it about? Who cares?
It's about breaking banks.
What's that got to do with anything?
I don't know why I love it so much. I know Zack Snyder produced it, except just been directed by the German main actor Matthias something. But something about this has really pulled me in. I was the same. When this come, I was like, we saw the tagline, less zombies, more safes, or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not really that interested in a prequel, to be honest with you, unless it was about. I was more interested in the anime, which is about Scott Wald's Dave Bautista's character.
Yeah.
But this, I think, looked so cool, and I had a feel about to it. I don't really know what, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, there's going to be some classic European car chase scenes.
Oh yeah,
the standard scenes.
sure, yeah.
But I just think, I don't know what, like you say, there's something about this. I think the character's cool, the German guy. I really like him.
I liked him.
Yeah.
And I just think the chemistry between these seems, from the trailer, seems quite good. I think it's going to be.
I do know what you mean, though, Craig. I do know what you mean.
This, I think it would actually look quite cool if it wasn't associated with Army of the Dead. Like as a Netflix film its own, I thought it actually was quite good, but I just don't really get why it's needed. I just don't know what it is, really.
If this came out before Army of the Dead, would you have a different opinion, do you think?
No, I think I'd have a different opinion if it wasn't associated with Army of the Dead.
Right,
if this was like a film about this quite comical guy, expert safe cracker, and it was, because the zombies is very much a small part of that trailer. It's just happening elsewhere, obviously Vegas and that. And I don't know. It does look good. It looks cool, but it just
Fair point.
Yeah.
It's weird that they must have known he'd be a hit, because he was the best thing pretty much to come out of Army of the Dead. That Ludwig character, he was great, wasn't he? So it's almost like they knew, or Zach and Deborah knew, or whatever, to do this prequel film. And we'll see if it lands. It might not land. You never know. But I think it will land in terms of being a fun Netflix. But it's the fact that they went, let's do a prequel centered around that character before anyone's love for him is embedded. So,
Oh, Jesus. Big one.
Excuse me. A big one. Right. So before the love embedded for this Ludwig, I don't know how they knew that.
Yeah.
How would you forecast to go, they're going to love him, by the way?
Well, to be fair, it doesn't seem like they didn't need much justification with Netflix. Just go, we're doing this, and they've gone, okay, no.
True. That's fine. Run with it. Here's a check. But cool.
Yeah.
It looks quite cool. And it's done in the same fashion as Army of the Dead, which is cool again. So
I think we've got a date for that. Just says this fall.
This fall. Yeah.
There's a lot coming this fall, to be fair.
Next trailer. Meow, 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 meow.
I was
am
really
Johnny
excited
Knoxville.
for this.
Jackass Forever.
Oh, brilliant.
This is just looks wild. It just looks like
I
Jackass.
forgot about it completely.
Yeah.
Until
Well, I think it was last week when we was doing this. The poster had come out and said trailer was coming. I was like, oh yeah, they're doing another one of these.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I just from that trailer, we watched it just before this, and even when I was on my own, I watched it. I laughed at it. I just laughed at it because it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It just looks wild. I mean, the stunts look a bit more mental than before. I mean, like, you got one of your favourites, which
the bear bit. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But this is quite, and I suppose I forgot about it. But when this trailer come, our age group, sort of like 25 to 35, that bracket, this was massive.
Yeah,
like
huge.
Every lad wanted to be Jackass and wanted to get in the Tesco or Walmart trolley and do something, but we didn't really do anything wild. Just push each other into a bush.
Yeah, curb sometimes and fall out.
But it just looked so fun, but you couldn't do it because I know these are not like, they are professionals, like in a way.
They should be dead.
They should be. So there's a reason they're not.
Yeah.
So
although that bit in the trailer where the ball hits Johnny Knoxville and he goes fucking flying.
Yeah.
That
I don't think they planned it to be that bad.
Well, this is a wild animal, or maybe not wild, but it's still a vicious animal, and it's like you can't, like, you see the bullfighting in Spain or wherever it is and stuff, and it's like people get battered, and this ego's flying.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about the bit at the end?
So because for the start of this, it looked quite tame but funny.
Yeah.
But then you thought, they're not going to be like doing the old stuff, and then as the trailer gets on, it gets worse and worse and worse. And then the bit at the end, I don't know why I didn't clock a bear was coming, knowing these. But when they start pouring honey on a chained man to a chair in looks like a little garage.
It's like an interrogation room.
It looks like an interrogation room. And they're putting honey on him, salmon, I think, at one point.
Right in between his
legs. And then the shutter opens up at the end of the door, end of the room. And not just a bear. We all agree, right?
It's a big bear.
It's a massive bear.
It would have taken on DiCaprio in The Revenant, or whatever it's called.
And it just, obviously, you assume it's a trained bear or whatever. I know they've got tranquilizers at the ready. I know all that. We're not dumb to it. But if I knew all that, I wouldn't sit in that
No,
chair.
absolutely
So
not.
it's not. It's just crazy.
Yeah. There's two things just to wrap up on. It'll be interesting to see how Steve-O is now he's sober.
Yes.
He's stone cold sober now.
I mean,
So-
he still seems a bit mental.
yeah, he does, yeah.
Something like 7-8 years or
Yeah.
long time in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also there's been a lot of backlash because Bam Margera's not in it.
Yeah.
But,
I thought he died.
no,
that's
Ryan
Ryan
Dunn
Dunn
died.
I thought two of them died from Jackass.
Probably,
Yeah.
but the main one, I don't think the main one.
Didn't the little one die?
No, he's in it.
No, he's in
Was he?
it.
Oh, of course
Yeah.
he is.
What's his name? Pee-wee?
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee.
Do they call him Pee-wee?
He's called something like that.
Yeah,
We're not being...
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
called
I
something
think it is called Pee-wee or something like that.
But he was to be fair, Bam was one of my favourites. So,
Yeah.
but I read that he, in his contract or something,
Yeah.
go on, you
Oh, go on,
said
go.
that he you weren't allowed to do any substance abuse and stuff like that. And Johnny Knoxville had many chats with him saying you can't.
Yeah.
And then turns out he didn't keep up to it. So
Yeah.
then Johnny Knoxville had spoken about recently and he's not in it. So,
Yeah.
and it was the studio's call on that.
Well, after the trailer, he was on Instagram Live and he was just breaking down, just saying, fuck you, Jackass, fuck you, Johnny.
I didn't know that.
Proper kicking off. But it's like, well, they told you to, if you want to be in it, stay sober.
To be fair, him and his dad were some of the funniest bits.
Yeah.
They were.
They
He
were
was like
brilliant.
down a toilet all the time and it just like
Put
picking him up.
firecrackers and did it each other. Do you remember the bit where he goes into his caravan, his mobile home, and just starts setting off fireworks?
so harsh.
Shuts the door.
It's so harsh.
He's brilliant. But you know, one of the bits that actually caught me out the most of that trailer, obviously, you had the silly little funny bits. You had to get on a treadmill with the musical instruments. That was it's just stupid, but that was funny.
Brilliant.
But and you had the spider bit as well, where they're the tarantula, they're like trying to blow it away in between the two. But the bit that got me the most in that, because I didn't actually realise it was fake. You know, when he rides
wall.
into the fake wall.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a real.
It looks so real.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, it's basically like a path, and at the end of it is a ramp with some boxes or containers or whatever that you think he's going to ride his bike through and jump through and that. But he gets up to it, and it's just a big picture. And he goes flat into a wall. I thought it was real. I
Yeah, I
didn't think
did.
it was anything like that.
I'm pretty sure Roadrunner done it as a prank.
Yes.
On one, like, a tunnel.
Well, it was
looks like a
in
big-
Space Jam the other week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go then.
But I'm all for it. Bring it on.
100%.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I don't know when this comes out. Is it fall again?
Let's
say
Let's
that.
go with the fall.
Before we move on, just to say, at Weekly Cut on the Twitter, all the trailers are on here, either that or a link. Instagram, bit hit and miss because we're,
I don't like
I don't like trailers apparently. So, but
We're
Twitter,
advertising, so.
yeah, but on Twitter, at Weekly Cut, all there, so go have a watch them.
And the date release as well for you.
Yeah. Moving on, Dexter. Obviously, the trailer come out from Comic Con. We've got the full trailer. It looks, I think you said it's just the same, Michael C. Hall, the same cheeky little face.
Cheeky, he has a cheeky little face.
So cheeky.
And we said last week that Deb's back, his sister's back. Obviously, we're going to be the dark passenger side of it, which
Yeah.
I didn't see in this. I thought after the news broke, she might have had a little appearance or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks the same.
Yeah.
It did.
I mean,
it did-
I'm excited, but it looks the
did,
same.
it did look the same. I hope hopefully that dynamic of him like taming himself. I don't imagine that's going to go on for very long, but I'm excited for that part. The shots he kept looking at the blades and stuff was very cool.
Yeah.
So it will be quite good to see him.
Didn't show anything though.
Didn't know.
Like, it didn't even. I mean, tease the fact that he wants to do it again when he's looking at the blades,
Yeah.
and many types of blades, but.
Even Clancy Brown, it was just a flash of him. And
Yeah,
off.
I would have expected him to have been in a situation in that.
Or see the rap on the wall or rap on the
Yeah,
floor or
something.
something like that.
and-
Yeah.
but there was nothing. So I was a bit disappointed in it, but it's not going to change my opinion. I'm still watching it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make a difference. But
Apparently, it's come out of Comic Con. His girlfriend is the chief of police of that town, which adds a little twist to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
didn't
apparently
read that,
so.
no.
His girlfriend at this
Oh, because he
town-
kisses a woman in the trailer.
oh yeah,
So
yeah,
is that and what? That's a chief of
She's
police.
chief of
Oh,
police.
yeah,
That's
she has, she's in the sheriff
Oh, I didn't
outfit,
see that.
isn't she? Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a cool
Forgot about
twist.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where you go with this, really, though. 'Cause it's a bit. Do you know what I mean? I know the ending of the main series, I mean, 8 series is a bit disappointing, but where'd you go with this one? Yeah, he's gonna be killing some people again.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think like an agency, not the police or something, or like a company. It looks like they're coming for him because
Yeah.
they had like a laser gun, didn't they? Did you
Yeah.
see they had like a
Sniper, wasn't
That's
it?
not
Yeah.
police, is it? So
No.
it looks like why would they be in this little town? Obviously,
Yeah.
I assume it's for Dexter. So I don't know whether Clancy Brown, that's his guys or what. I don't know, but it looks like he's trying to lay low, but his life catches up to him. Yeah, the classic.
Yeah,
This fall.
it is this fall. Yeah.
Also, the showrunner said that the ending will break the internet.
What did he?
Yeah.
I
Out of
missed
Comic Con
that.
as well, yeah.
That's a massive statement.
So the ending will break the internet. So we'll see. It must be it's got to be far more improved than the last one.
Got to bring something home now.
I
Probably should have left that.
Yeah, I know.
It's Harry. He's back.
He's back.
He was never dead.
Fair play.
Moving on to Ridley's...
Dokes. It's Dokes. Dokes is back.
Dokes is back.
Dokes.
Brad,
Bring him
my
back.
It's not like we saw his burnt body or anything.
Well,
Darth Vader come back.
you could have been anyone. Yeah, exactly.
moving on to Ridley Scott's The Last Duel, which looks... it's set in... is it medieval? It must be medieval
So
times.
it's on a true story.
Yeah.
Back in France, and it was the last ever sanctioned legal duel.
Yeah.
And Adam Driver is playing a squire to Matt Damon, who is a knight, a sir.
No, Adam Driver's playing the same exact role in every
So, and then it's about the squire. The claim is that he raped the knight's wife.
Yeah.
Because as a squire, you'll be around a lot and you'll be there.
Yeah.
And then the woman says that she's raped, but Adam Driver's the squire is saying that no, we fell in love and we had mutual sex, etc.
Well, he actually says the accusations are false.
In a not sure if it's British accent, not sure what's going on. But yeah, so it's strange you had Ben Affleck as the king in the blonde.
Doesn't sound a great English accent either.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't.
But who cares? He's back with J-Lo, so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
all
he
the
is.
yacht pictures and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strange really because how the and excuse my French, pardon.
Hey.
Yeah, get it?
Yeah, we got it.
Excuse my French. How a squire beats a knight, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit silly. But anyway, it's based on a true story, so obviously there's some elements that may be true. And I love swords. Sorry.
It's very much your remit, this, isn't it?
Yeah. My feeling of this film is the trailer looks good, but I think you'll go to cinema and you'll be bored.
I was about to say it looks like it's going to be a long-winded film.
Yeah. A lot of talking, a lot of chats.
About like the judgment and stuff when she's on trial. So yeah.
It'll be performance based.
I think it will be long. Bit like I used to love the Last Kingdom film of Orlando Bloom. And it's so long, and there's only probably about 20 minutes of great bits. But yeah, it's going to be one of those.
These do make me laugh. These these true stories of these times. 'Cause
How do you know?
pretty sure there's not accurate records. Do you know what I mean? There might be
Got some inco, really.
there may have been a small fable that's telling the story, but I don't think take it with a pinch of salt.
yeah, definitely.
Moving on, we had The Walking Dead season finale.
I thought this was a good trailer.
I've no faults in it because I don't watch it, so I'll pass it to you.
Well, what did it do for you?
Nothing at all. It looked.
enough.
I watched it and I started watching it. I watched it at home, and halfway through, I got my phone out. I just lost interest. I just didn't know what was going on.
I watched it and thought this just looks the same as when I left this series. Series 8, it looks no different to me.
Fair enough.
What's your thoughts?
I thought it was actually a very good trailer.
Are you up to date with it now? And ready to go for
I've
this,
got like 5 episodes left, and then I'm waiting for October 22 when this comes out.
in full.
In full.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In full.
October 22.
No, sorry, August 22. Sorry, August. Sorry, yeah, apologies. So next month. That's why I've been trying to catch up quick.
So not in full, then.
Not in full.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I thought it's quite good. It's clearly going to be centered around the relationship between Maggie and Jeffrey Morgan's character of Negan again, and is he good? Is he bad? They've got to trust each other to get through.
Oh, he was an absolute arsehole last time I watched it.
He was horrible. But yeah, so I thought it was a good trailer. I was having a chat with Sean, my brother, at the pub the other day about this, and obviously it is one of the, if you've done it, like this is why especially Craig, because you've put so much time and effort into it, it is one of the biggest shows ever. And I just feel like I've got to, and I think my brother's doing it now as well and catching up. And he made a good point about this because me and Craig were the same. I stopped watching around about the time you did, and I don't remember thinking this is absolute shit.
I was just about to say this, yeah.
I
don't know
just
why I stopped. Yeah.
And Sean come up with a good reason because Sean done the same.
Go on.
And Sean's reason for him, this is very Sean, but it makes some sense. He basically said the Negan bit with Abraham and Glenn, where he brutally kills them.
Yeah.
And then what he does for the rest of that series, it's not just that, he's just horrific. As great as a character as it was, Sean was basically saying, I think psychologically that was a bit much.
Yeah.
And like, I think some people probably was like Rick's such an amazing character because that's his show, like so good.
Yeah, of course it is.
And he was then treated like a little bitch.
Yeah.
And it did go in a bit of a different way. As good as Negan was, a fantastic actor, Jeffrey Morgan, I know what he means. It was a lot to take. My Mrs. Jade, we wasn't together obviously when this happened. She stopped watching it purely because that was too much. That went too far. And I don't necessarily believe that's the reason I stopped, but I do know what he means.
Yeah, it's a goodish point.
Yeah, it did go a bit too far, and maybe you're a little bit fatigued by season 8.
Yeah.
So you needed it to maybe go in a direction to keep you.
I know why I stopped, and it was around about when I can't remember his name, but Tiger Boy come into it.
Ezekiel.
That's the one.
Yeah, the kingdom.
Yeah, that's it. Because I was just like, oh, they've gone to another place now. It's like the 5th bloody city or like quarantined area where zombies can't get in. And
a community.
Yeah, another community. My favourite series was the prison one, when they was in the prison. I thought that was brilliant. But I thought they've gone to another one now. Are they good? Are they bad? Who knows? Oh, the zombies are just a hindrance now. It's not even any threat anymore to them. They just literally push them out of the way.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this is a bit tiresome. But I don't know why I actually stopped. I didn't think it was shit.
Yeah.
It just didn't stop. And do you know what? Because before we watched that season 11 trailer, I did say, oh, I haven't really watched this because I thought I might catch up on it. And then every time I've gone to, because they're all on Disney Plus now anyway, every time I've gone to, I thought, oh, nah, I
know what you mean. It's a long innings. But again, on the Walkers part about the dead, again, Sean, he had a great day at the pub because he come up with some great and he basically said, because Calvin was there and he mentioned the fact that he stopped watching it because the Walkers, the dead, become a hindrance, like wasn't even part of the show, etc. But Sean made a really good point, which I never thought about. This is like 8 years in.
Yeah.
By that time, you would be an absolute pro. You could go out with just a little knife.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be an issue, really, unless you were caught between like 1,000 of them, a herd, as they call it.
Yeah.
But I suppose they wouldn't. It was quite gradually. At first, I was like, I'm getting bit on the arm and everything. But I suppose gradually they did just become all experts because years and years went by. But it is, again, a fair point. But I would really recommend, because it's actually very good past that bit.
I mean, I'm going to say it again. Yes, I will catch up with this and get to see it. I just don't know where. Do you know what else I've dropped off on? Vikings.
Oh, no!
Bored of that as well.
No.
I don't know what it is, but
fair enough.
I think I got to series 3 almost, but I will continue with that.
Well, I'll report back to you whether Walking Dead's any good or not.
Yeah, please do.
The last, and it's the 11th and final Walking Dead.
Until the Rick Grimes film happens.
Oh, yeah.
And the spin-off show.
So,
anyway,
is that Fear the Walking Dead still going then?
Yeah, it's like season 7, I think. Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Too much.
And I'm pretty sure there's one called Walking Dead Beyond. Pretty sure on season 2 now or something. Yep.
It's too much.
Cool. Yeah, I've ruined my whole arc of story and defence on that. It's ruined. Anyway, move on, Connor. Sorry.
Speaking of too much, last trailer, Ghostbusters. Too much. Leave it alone.
I'm getting my shield out.
Oh, go on.
No, go on. You speak. What did you think?
I love Ghostbusters, the first one.
Oh, you did?
I really enjoy it. I enjoy the Ghostbusters films. This, for me, like your Pokemon, it needs to be left alone. I don't want to see young kids driving around in the car and hunting ghosts and that, and big marshmallow man as little marshmallow men and stuff like that. It just doesn't interest me.
The trailer was very much playing on nostalgia of the original. I never really liked Ghostbusters in the first place. I wasn't. Just wasn't my thing. I just didn't. I never enjoyed them really. I've seen them, two of them. There's only 2 of them in there. I think. I did not see the reboot with the women.
Seen that. Very, very bad.
Oh no,
and not even just because it's like an Ocean's 8 thing where they just go, let's do all women. It was just poorly written, poorly done. Chris Hemsworth was just completely objectified sexually, which is apparently bad. But whatever, it's fine for men apparently. But yeah, very poor movie.
But they it was just the trailer was just much of a nothingness to me. Just whatever.
Yeah,
fair enough. I personally thought it looked good in terms of like the ghosts and the crack in the thing and the storm. I thought actually visually it actually looked quite good.
Yeah,
Paul Rudd no doubt will be fantastic in it. They have gone, and the fans, the Ghostbuster fans, which I am not one of, are not happy with this from the comments. They've tried to make it Stranger Things, not just because of the boy who plays in Stranger Things, but it's less comedic. I'm sure Paul Rudd will add that factor, but it's less comedic and it's more like mystery, Stranger Thingsy, which I do see and I get. But for me, as not a fan, I'm okay with that. And I just thought it just looked. I'm not saying it looked great, but I didn't think it looked bad. But it's getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, because Ghostbusters are just like bumbling idiots. And
they are.
That's all they are. So like, I get Stranger Things vibes from this as well.
Yeah,
which is probably why I don't like it, because when you got Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, and it's funny, and I can't remember the other one's name. There's one more, but they were funny, and that's what the film is. It's a comedy.
Yeah.
Well, we get a slight tease of who I think we all think is Dan Aykroyd at the end, because it doesn't sound like Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Because Susan Sarandon's back in it as well.
Yeah.
and we don't know how. No one said how much they're actually in it.
Yeah.
I would say not that much. Not just because the snippet of a trailer, but I wouldn't imagine that it is that much.
No.
Yeah, just whatever.
I'm still very meh on it, but
Yeah.
I don't. The hate, honestly, if you go on I was on the official Twitter earlier. There's about 800 comments, and they was all full of hate. Pretty much. The odd one going like, "Oh, it looks great," but everyone's just saying like, "What have you done? Didn't need it." Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what Colin said. You don't need
But
it.
maybe bigger fans, you have a right.
Do you think this was like a cleanser to get rid of the women Ghostbusters film that came out a couple of years ago that got so much hate?
Maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
Like, let's just do one more
See how
proper
let's
one.
just have to see how it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it might be more along them lines as well.
Cool.
Anyway,
Fingers crossed.
We'll see.
But that's trailers.
Trailers.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
it.
Right through.
Done.
Fair enough. I thought that was one more, but fair enough. Cool.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
It's time for the no jingle segment.
Yeah. What's on our screens?
West on screens. Yeah.
No jingle.
No jingle.
Who wants to kick us off?
I'm looking around the room, but I'm happy to go. If you want me to go,
Kick us off.
I'm kicking us
I was
off.
just trying to think what I've been watching.
You got a massive notepad there.
I don't write this bit down for some reason.
What's on our screen? Should we talk about this first?
Yeah.
Because Craig hasn't seen this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe Revelation,
Yep.
Part 1, which consisted of 5 episodes, hit Netflix. And what did you think, Connor? We're going to get into the controversy because it's gone massive over the last week. We'll get into it, but Connor, what did you think first thoughts?
Not my cup of tea. It felt like, do you remember like when you're younger and you watch CRTV in the morning, the cartoons and the animation? It just felt like that. And it was boring for me. But I don't know how the fans, because I'm not really a fan of it. I'll watch it purely for this. I don't want to say one thing because it's probably a bit of a spoiler, but probably not.
No, we're getting into like if you haven't watched it, run.
Yeah.
But this is spoilers, so we're going to talk about it because the controversy is all about that. So yeah.
So my main issue with it is He-Man's not really in it. He's just
That's
not
not controversy.
Yeah, he's not in it. He
I'll explain.
the first, yeah, good.
No, carry on. No,
Well, yeah.
carry on your point.
The first episode, he's in it, and then he's in it for flashes, episodes 2, 3, and 4, and then episode 5 he's in it. But that big middle segment, he's just not really in it, and neither is Skeletor.
How long are these episodes each?
About half hour.
About 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's just I watched it for He-Man. I thought, where's He-Man?
So just quickly, I actually quite enjoyed it. Not great, but I quite enjoyed it. I love animation. You know, I watch a lot of animation. The animation is very good.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It had that. Us three are not massive He-Man characters, but we know the nostalgia by it. We're not like affected by the nostalgia, but we know about it. But obviously, this is huge to people of like maybe in their 40s sort of thing. And the big controversy is that this was, and I didn't know this, and I've looked back to make sure, it was marketed as He-Man. There was a lot of interviews where Kevin Smith said it's definitely forefront focused on He-Man, etc., etc.
Well, he's in a lot of the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's on the front of the poster and everything. There's a character who's assumed big in the show called Teela. It's her show.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
And not only that, and again, we're getting into the woke bit now, but this is what everyone's saying, so I'll just mention it. In the first episode, when He-Man's in it, Teela is a princess, and she's armoured and she fights, but when He-Man dies and it does a little jump, she's wearing cargo pants, a vest, big muscly arms out of nowhere that were hidden in the first episode, and she's got like short hair, and I can see what people are saying about it.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, it's very flashbacky of He-Man, very in it. It's all her show for the next like 4 episodes, and then he comes back in part 5.
yeah,
But then he dies again
yeah.
within about a minute. So Skeletor's now back, so we'll see what happens in the next part. But the whole thing is, this was marketed. Let's put it to Craig, big Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
Your most nostalgic, I know you love Tom Holland, but you're nostalgic around Tobey Maguire and Dr. Octopus, Spider-Man 2, great film.
Yes.
Imagine we didn't have that for 30 years. I mean, you're an older guy now, and out of nowhere, Sam Raimi or someone comes out the woodwork, Kevin Smith comes out the woodwork and says, we're doing an animated series around the Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus, and them. And it's all about
And
them.
neither of them are in it.
Yeah, and then, first episode, they both die, and then Mary Jane Watson is the main actor of the show.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
I would be annoyed. So I completely understand.
Does this his first 5 episodes set up then for more of them two characters in the next part?
Well, he's now saying this. So at the end, I have the power and he becomes He-Man.
Yeah.
Well, Skeletor gets the power and does it, and he becomes Skelly God, a big fucking Skeletor.
Massive, yeah.
Massive. So
I bet it
apparently,
was in the trailer, wasn't it? That big, when he's huge. No,
oh, was it? Oh, maybe it was. Well, maybe it was.
Maybe
then.
not.
That would have been a bad spoiler.
Yeah.
But so he now becomes massive, an actual god, and he's dead again. I assume, but he's apparently not, and He-Man's going to come back, and apparently really good fights between these two. But I bet it's going to be more of the same, and it will just be them in the end or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Teela against Skeletor. I don't think they're going to get much of He-Man.
I don't understand because he hasn't got the power of Grayskull now because he's got the sword. So how can he be He-Man?
Very true.
I don't understand how it's going to work.
Yeah, not one to know too much about.
It sounds awful, by the way.
Sounds awful. That part.
I might have to watch it just to see.
I would. It'd be good even if you watch the first episode, because the first episode's quite good.
Yeah, it is,
It's
yeah.
a lot of action and He-Manning about.
Yeah.
And then it just completely goes off the scale. And episode 2, 3, 4, and most of 5 is all the Teela show, and that's what the die-hard fans have got the ump with.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Does make sense to me.
I am. Do you know what I find quite weird about this is obviously you both said you watched it. I didn't watch it because I forgot all about it. But as a big thing on this, and it is a big thing to be released, I've been on Netflix quite a lot this past week.
Not seen it.
I've not even seen it on there.
It was trending at number 9 in this country.
Which is not.
Who looks at number 9?
Yeah,
I see the first 5. I don't really scroll across.
The Suicide Squad was number 1.
But well, I didn't watch that either. But no, it wasn't like when Netflix, a big thing comes out Netflix, it's normally like a big thing at the top
away.
or like they're just there. I hadn't even
Witcher
seen
will.
it. Yeah, The Witcher will, yeah.
Yeah.
But I find that quite odd that this big thing's come out and I
point.
never saw it this whole week. I've been on Netflix pretty much this whole week every night.
Yeah.
I never saw it once. But I'll give it a go though, man. Yeah.
I assume you're you're probably gonna watch it out of curiosity now at your con.
I'll carry
to
on,
see
yeah.
what does he come back? But
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm not a toxic fan at all, but I completely empathize with people's gripes on that because
Yeah.
it was marketed. I mean, the posters is all He-Man like that.
That's why I watched it.
and the trailer.
Yeah, so they a bit naughty.
When is the second part out? Does it know yet?
There's no date. It just says coming at some point. I don't know when it will.
Well, I assume it's coming.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, this year or
Maybe
next.
not now.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Swift don't want to risk it anymore.
Right, I've mentioned these. I've got a couple more. The last one we'll all talk about because I know we've all been watching it. I did watch. Speaking of Suicide Squad, I watched it because it was number 1 on Netflix, and I've had a lot of. I'm waiting to start my new role, so I've got a lot of time on my hands at the minute. So I am watching a lot, as you'll notice. And I think I said to you and Luke on the
Yeah,
mic, I am so angry, Craig. I am angry. That is one of the. I know we know this, but we've spoke about it many times. But I didn't realise how bad the film depreciates.
Oh yeah, massively.
And I knew. I used to say to people, "Yeah, first 40 minutes, good film, and then it gets bad, and you won't like it at the end." I watched it, and then for 30 minutes, my mind was literally nearly blown. It's fantastic.
It is. It's great.
And I couldn't believe from Will Smith's setup to the character, to the song, dun, 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 everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then I know the exact moment. It's about 34 minutes in when Avril Delevingne's character, the Enchantress, she introduces her brother and takes over. Did I say Cara? What did I say?
Avril.
Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne. That's a singer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cara
Cara
Delevingne. Yeah, she just introduces her brother and does all the witchy stuff, and from that moment, I can't believe how much it's like a cliff.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's such a shame because it could have been a fantastic movie if they stayed.
The style of it from the start, for the first half hour, and the way it's all done, and everything, I had no problem with it. I thought it was really good, really enjoyed it. But fuck me,
completely agree.
it nosedives really
Even
badly.
the Captain Boomerang Flash is in it, and it's all brilliant. The Batman Ben Affleck and the really touching bit with Deadshot all happens really quick. I know I'm not a big fan of her, Viola Davies. She does great as Amanda Waller introducing the people. They just fucked up massively.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really
And I
goes
don't-
downhill.
It can't just be the David Ayer cut, and it would be great. They went a way they shouldn't have gone
Because
with
the whole end of it is fundamentally crap. So it doesn't
Perfect.
It doesn't matter what cut of it you get. It's crap. The
I
end of
didn't
it.
watch it for that. I just
Yeah.
thought I'd watch it because it was trending. I had time on my hands, and I just couldn't believe how bad. I don't know. It was black and white. I don't know how they got to it.
Yeah.
And then something that is just fantastic all the way through. I rewatched The Boys season 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's all draw.
Nothing to say on it. It's one of the best shows I've ever watched.
Yeah.
It's flawless from story to writing to acting to action. It's brilliant.
There's not a character in that annoys me.
Not one.
I really like them all.
Not one. Even like the Deep, who's just
Yeah.
a weirdo.
I love him. He's funny.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason I rewatched it and it reminded me how bloody good it is, and I can't wait for season 3. And then, do we have a tit-a-tat? Tat-a-tat.
I mean, that is what we've been doing.
Let's have a tat-a-tat about Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm up to date. I watched the first episode.
I've been talking a while. Thoughts, Craig?
Do you know what? It is cringy. It is a bit like, what Americans think of English football and all that stuff. But I can't help but love it. I think it's a fantastic show.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy it. Do you know what? I think I said it to Luke the other day. I think, and the only thing I can sort of compare it to is not because of the main story of it, but the style of it is very much like a Ricky Gervais like Afterlife.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's a bit sad moments in it. There's a real story behind it, but there's some genuinely funny bits in it as well.
Yeah.
And the thing with Ted Lasso, it's not really. I mean, Jason Sudeikis is great, but I prefer the people around him, like the characters around. They all come out with brilliant little quips and little funny, like the Nate. I really like Nate. I think it's a fantastic little show.
And
What do you think?
David Rojas.
Yes, David Rojas.
What a
Football
player.
is life.
Football is
life.
It's so good, but Sudeikis is just so nice as a character.
Yes.
You can't dislike
Yes,
him.
exactly.
And Rebecca, I was watching with Holly. We just binged it on Sunday, and I said with Rebecca, she's a character you hate her, but you also love her.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. It's got that spin where you just love everyone, but
Yeah.
actually she's quite bad. It's fun. It's funny. It's easy to watch. It's a good show.
Yeah, I feel like they've got something there.
I do.
Yeah.
He's been everyone, especially our age again, knows Jason Sudeikis, but he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really ever associate him being that good of an actor. He's a funny geezer.
Yeah.
He's normally in other films as not a main
Yeah.
character, though, is he? So
Yeah.
this is his own thing, isn't it?
No, it's true. The only one, the Horrible Bosses, I know Jason Bateman was the Paul Power there, but it's not really his
No.
film or his project. So he is really, really good from the sad moments to the funny moments. And as you say, one of my favourites is that Nate geezer.
Yeah.
I hated him a few months ago because he's in a show called Intelligence
Yes,
with David Schwimmer,
yeah.
and that's awful.
I haven't watched it.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
And he plays the same sort of person, but it doesn't work. And then in this, like the moments when he goes, when Ted Lasso's talking about the one night stand he had and he shouldn't have done it and stuff like that, and Nate goes, "You should have got some scissors," and he went, "What?" And he goes, "To cut yourself some slack."
Oh, yeah.
And then they all go, "Boom!" The Diamond Dogs. They call
Diamond
themselves.
Dogs.
Diamond Dogs, yeah.
I just, as Craig said, it is cringe,
Yeah.
but it works.
See, I haven't seen him in that. I can't remember his real name, the guy who plays Nate, but I watch 8 out of 10 Cats Countdown.
Yeah.
Is he on
Quite
that
a lot.
now?
No, he's not on it regularly. You know, like the guest one who's always with Susie Dent or whatever, who does like funny bits and the breaks.
Usually a
he's been on,
comedian.
he's been on there quite a few times. And I've always thought he's really funny
Very
on
funny,
there.
yeah.
But he's, I really like it. And I do like, although he's a bit annoying because he just swears every other word, that Roy Kent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do actually quite like him.
Yeah.
But this is the weird thing. Why does that work? Because the geezer can't act.
You can't, no.
And then if someone, it's basically just Roy Keane, which they've literally not even hit it. It's Roy Kent.
Yeah.
But I love him.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, because he can't act. He's just, fucking big. That's how
He's
he's
always standing like that.
Always standing like that. He's not even that big, but he walks like that anyway. But everyone just works.
Yeah.
And the cast just seems to click. And I do think they've got something. I saw the other day, it's their most successful thing they've got, Apple TV. Not much.
No.
That's not a hard category to beat, but yeah.
There's, I like Higgins as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He made me laugh in that in this first episode of the second series when obviously the dog incident happens. And it was like, it's okay, we're not on Sky anymore, so we're not getting any photos. And she goes, "Higgins, the internet." He goes, the internet. Just looks at it. He goes, someone comes, Katie comes out and goes, "It's all over Twitter."
The most obvious useless right hand man.
It's I think it's done so well.
I think Americans, the only thing that annoys me is Americans think we say wanker every other sentence.
Yeah.
I rarely use that word.
Yeah. No, never.
Yeah, I never hear anyone say it. Football sometimes, but we're going to treat, oi, wanker. It's like, we don't say that. We don't do it.
I very rarely say wanker.
Nah.
Very
And also,
rarely.
our pubs are not like that.
No, yeah.
Just three random men shouting. I don't know. But yeah,
No, it's good bringing it up. It's a very enjoyable show.
Very enjoyable.
I'm sad I've got to wait week on week
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's good.
Cool. That's
go
me
next?
done on screens.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I've got with Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2. very funny.
Yeah, I need to
so in the episodes, there's Benny Blanco's in one. It's really hard to watch. They're just so like, it's just watch it and you'll understand. It's really, really weird.
I need to catch up. The first series was brilliant.
Yeah. Episode with
Is it
Doja
better
Cat.
than season 1?
I think so now. Catching up is better. It's a bit more emotional,
Right.
but it's just so funny. It is really good. But yeah, I'd recommend that.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that.
And I've also caught up with Superman and Lois.
Oh,
Because the next episode 12 and 13, I think it was, we're out now. So
Are
I've
they?
caught up, Yeah.
Yeah, I watched 12.
oh, I didn't even know. I thought that's a bit quick. 3 weeks.
Yeah. Comes around
Bloody
quick.
hell. Fair enough.
Even I watched 12. I haven't watched 13 yet.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
Very good.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it? Is it?
It continues good. And episode 13 as well, it's keeping the pace now. It hasn't really slowed down.
How without spoiling too, I'm not that man on spoilers, but how much is the story bent on him being
Not at all.
Not at all. I thought not long.
No. Yeah. But episode 13, it's kicking right off now.
Kicking off.
Yeah, it's proper kicking
Did I
off.
tell you who appears in it?
Who?
Oh, John Diggle from Arrow.
Shut up.
You don't know who that is, do you?
That's a
No.
weird one.
I know, because he's a different universe, isn't it? Different
Oh.
Elseworld or Crossworld or
Oh,
something. innit?
sorry. Does he play John Diggle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does work. Yeah.
Is it? Why?
Yeah, because he's been in Supergirl. That's why he got this show. Tyler Hoechlin's been in Supergirl,
Yeah, but
and
the
they've
s-
crossed over.
Yeah, but Supergirl's a different universe to Arrow, isn't it?
No, the Crisis on Infinite Earths done
that will mess it
something
up.
mad, and even I don't think it. But they're all entwined.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they weren't.
So
Originally,
what-
it was
so
Arrow.
he's John Diggle?
Yeah, John Diggle in it, yeah.
Go on, that means a lot to me, mate.
What character is that?
Yeah, the black guy.
Black guy.
The
Oh,
big-
He comes from Argus, isn't it?
yeah, because I wondered
Gives-
who it was. Like, who's this geezer?
He's basically been in all of Arrow. He's been in Flash, Supergirl, now this as well. Yeah.
Literally from episode 1 of Arrow, and he's
So he's also in, which I forgot. Dexter. He's in the third series of Dexter. He's the Skinner
the
victim.
boyfriend of
yeah, Deb. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I saw because it's funny because I watched
Not as big.
No. I watched him because I'll get on to that, but I watched him now and I put Superman Lois on, and he's like, "Oh, it's Diggle."
Yeah.
Anton Briggs.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah, no,
he's an
it was good.
informant at first, and
Yeah,
then she
yeah, that's it,
turns
yeah.
him.
Yeah, but it's keeping the pace. It's a very good series. This.
I'll
It's
text
keeping
you.
the pace.
I'll text you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch that today.
I enjoyed 12. I didn't have time to watch 13 today, but 12 was good.
So it looks like it's probably going to land as just a good series then.
I think so. Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Although I do have one problem.
Got
with
it.
it. Old Lex, well, not Lex Luthor. He's not that anymore.
Captain
Oh,
Luthor.
yeah.
He's not even that anymore. He's called whatever he is now, Dan. I don't know. And he's wearing like his Iron Man
Man
suit,
suit.
and he very much has a Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
you know,
he
you
does,
saw it
yeah.
before,
Yeah.
but in this one, there's a bit where it goes, it comes to him, and he goes,
Yeah.
it's that, it's Stormbreaker. But,
Fair enough.
It looks
It's
good.
magnetic. Come on.
fucking strong magnet. It's
Yeah.
real far away in this one.
Fair enough.
But no, it still looks good. And I'm impressed
I
with
assume
the
he's
show.
helping.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah. That's my screens.
Okay. I'm going to buck the trend this week. I've not watched Bad Batch,
Oh, whoa, jeez.
but I'm assuming it's fine.
I've apparently this is the worst one. Apparently, I've heard filler, nothing but filler. That's all I've heard.
They've all been that.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Apparently, this is exceptional filler. Like, no, it ended quite thingy with crosshairs and that, didn't it? The last one.
yeah, yeah.
Apparently, like,
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
it
takes
did,
a
yeah.
massive sidestep, and it's another. I'll help. You know, Sid, the lizard alien woman. I think it's another case of we'll help you out. But she's been paid. People are going, but she's been paid off. So why are you still helping her?
Yeah,
anyway, we'll
I'm
watch
just going to assume it's fine.
Fine.
It may be not fine from what you're saying. What else watched? I watched, Superman Lois has just said, rewatching Dexter. I've just finished series 3. I'm looking forward to series 4.
Yes.
It's Trinity Killer and obviously the bad stuff that happens with Rita. So, really looking forward to that. Vikings slowed down on, and I'm still not watching Walking Dead. So, I think that's about it. Anything?
That's a Craig roundup. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's about it. Yeah.
Scraps.
Scraps.
Bunch of scraps!
Can I kick us off?
Oh, okay. That was your better. I literally just fouled. My voice
Oh,
box
you did.
fouled me there. So that's what you got. I've got a couple, so I'll screen.
You're off the mic, by the
I'll
way.
go straight through it. What's that?
You weren't speaking to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I've got
okay.
a few. I've got a few.
It's only been 50 episodes.
This is something Craig might know, but I've never heard of this. Mark Hamill has been in like every Star Wars movie, like sequels and so. Apparently, he plays a secret character in every film.
I did not know that.
So here's the quote: Mark Hamill, in an interview, said he's voiced multiple secret voice cameos in every Star Wars film. Oh, since 2015. So he's
new
been in
ones.
all of them. as something.
Well, not the prequels, but the new ones.
Not the prequels. But yeah, he's been in,
I didn't know that.
including Solo, Rogue One, and the sequel trilogy.
I knew he was in Solo because he voiced a droid.
Yeah,
I know, but I
that's
didn't
it.
know anything about the sequels.
But I know.
Well, he's in Rise of Skywalker, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course he's in the sequels. At the end of Force Awakens.
Of course he is.
And he's the main part of Last Jedi, and he's in
fair
Rise of
enough.
Skywalker.
I think I don't know what the thing was. I think even the films that he's in, I think he's voiced
Someone else.
that's what he said. So it's
Until I've thought about it, I was like, has he?
that literally
It was called Last Jedi, the 8th one, the main person. But yeah.
Then I got a funny one.
Okay.
This is Warner Brothers Man of Steel. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes.
you know what I'm
yes,
going to say.
yeah.
Do you remember we spoke about ages ago? Apparently they told Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon to remove the Flash bit at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They said, get rid of that. We don't understand it. And it's like, it's one of your main properties. Flash is, it's one of his main powers. How do you not get it? But anyway,
Yeah.
this is even worse, Con. So in Man of Steel, do you remember the really good Krypton bit at the beginning?
Yeah.
With Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, you obviously Krypton, and not even that, people know Krypton's destroyed and it's the last son of Krypton and he's there.
Everyone knows that story.
Everyone
of Superman,
knows
don't
that.
they?
So at the end, obviously, they kill the world engine, didn't they, by using his pod.
Yeah.
So his pod's gone. What he come to Earth in, he's gone. They originally, after watching the film, like the draft that, they went, we're going to need you to get rid of the pod as the weapon and getting destroyed, killing the world engine. They went, why? And their response was, because what if he wants to go back to Krypton?
Oh my.
The exact quote is, they said, how is he ever going to get back to Krypton? To which they responded with, there was a long pause and we said, Krypton blew up. You saw 30 minutes of it. It's fantastic.
How brilliant
What is
that?
wrong with them?
They're just idiots.
It just goes to show you that they don't know the stories that they're making and building and putting out. But the most idiotic of Superman fan knows the whole point is his homeworld's gone.
Yeah.
You can't go back.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly that. So it really annoyed me. Then just a quick one. We mentioned about Walking Dead, Laura Cohen and Jeffrey D. Morgan. You probably saw it's quite going around the news that they are very, very keen and adamant they want to play the Flashpoint version of Thomas Wayne and where she becomes Joker, Martha. So, and obviously we're getting Flashpoint movie.
Yeah.
It's probably getting too late now. I don't think it's going to happen, but they not just like, oh yeah, we'd love to do it. They were really, he said, well, Jeffrey D. Morgan's exact quote was, I said it before a million times and I'll say it again. I want to do this. And she does as well. So they would be quite cool. I don't know if she's good enough to do that.
Joker, female Joker, not sure.
Yeah.
He would be good.
He'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I'd like
I
him.
just can't see her as a Joker, but we never
You
know.
could swap her out quite easily. No one probably even knows that she was Martha in that bit.
So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But it would be great. And then this last one, I don't like to name and shame. I have to. Do you know what John Barrowman did?
No.
No, but I don't like that person.
I'm disgusted, and I liked him.
Oh.
This is disgusting, and I can't
Can't tell if you're actually being fully serious.
I'm going to play you. It's only 40 seconds, but I'll cut it a bit short. So basically, he went to see M. Night Shyamalan's Old with his partner, and come back and decided to record his review of it, not a review, and atted M. Night Shyamalan, some of the cast, I think, and this is what he said about it.
M. Night Shyamalan, and it was shite. Utter shite.
Yeah.
So bad, I got up, asked for our money back, and what did I get?
Got his money back.
Money back. I got the money back
Disgusting.
because they said, usually within the first 30 minutes we give the money back. The movie didn't do anything for 2 freaking hours. It was shite. What was it, Scott?
And then he goes on at the end to say, do not go and see it. Bearing in mind we're in a pandemic and people are trying to get back to the movies.
Yeah.
that was absolutely
is,
disgusting.
Yeah.
And I screen grabbed it because I knew that would get deleted, and it did.
Yeah.
You know the worst thing about that, though?
What?
If you're going to review something, have some points about
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Don't just say something shit or shite. as
So
you keep saying.
true.
If you're going to review it, if you want to review it
Critique
properly,
it.
and give it 1 star. I mean, just look at Connor's Fast and Furious review. If you're going to say something's crap, have your reasons for it. You can't
Which
just
are
say
valid,
that.
exactly.
And also, a person of John Barrowman's asking for his money back. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I know.
That makes it, people have gone
Yeah.
like that as well. So, and also, we all know, I've worked in a cinema, you do not get your money back unless something's happened.
Screen goes off or something.
If you
like
come
that,
out early, you may get it and say like, "Oh, I just don't like it." If you get the right manager, you might get it. But to watch the film and then say it was shit, I want my money back, they would have gone no, and then he would have literally been horrendous.
Yeah.
So
that's awful.
apparently ITV, because he's a judge on Dance on the Night and stuff, which is quite a big show in fairness in UK.
Yeah.
Apparently he's in big trouble.
Good.
That's awful. Especially from a fellow, like actor and whatever.
Yeah.
You can't just say something like that.
Yeah.
And
He atted M. Night
look,
Shyamalan.
that's bad. I mean, if we come out and say, you said just fair stuff about Fast and Furious to us, which is fair for all of us to say, I thought that was crap. If you haven't got anything to back it up with and say why, then you can't just, especially in a director and putting it out there on social media, you can't just do that. You can't.
That's poor.
Yeah, that is really
I'm glad
bad,
I screen grabbed it, because it was so, I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Yeah.
Well, who is he talking to? Is that like a podcast something he's on? 'Cause he's been interviewed, isn't it?
No, he's with his partner in their home on his sofa.
Oh,
and he's just got the camera, and the husband knows something's not quite right, because he goes, what did you think of it? And he goes, I thought it was marvellous. And then he goes, no, come on. He goes, well, it was a bit of an endurance. That's all he said. Yeah. And then he's going, utter shite, don't go and see it. That's wrong. Yeah, sorry.
If you're trying to get people back in cinema, you don't say don't go see it.
He's an actor in the industry.
It's just, that's insane.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I've got 4 scraps.
Ooh.
So first scrap I thought was quite cool. Yeah. Nicolas Cage's film Pig.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Raved reviews about it.
It's got a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes.
You should try and watch it.
A lot of people saying it's like the best film of the year so far.
What is it about?
It's a revenge one, isn't it? Well, of course they are. It's Nicolas Cage in his lates, but apparently it's like one of the best revenge type films, I think. I think something happens to his pig. Legit. I'm pretty sure it does.
Is it a Nicolas Cage John Wick?
I think it is, but swap out the dog for a pig.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure something happens with the pig or what, but it's a revenge film, because I saw someone saying a review 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
the best revenge.
Reviews for it,
Not good.
Yeah, maybe I have to watch it.
Where is that on? Is that on some sort of streaming service?
Sure. I think you'll get that absolutely fine on the VPN.
Oh yeah,
I think you'll get that fine.
Fair.
Next, coming out of Comic-Con as well, Chucky TV series, which is releasing October 12th on USA and Sci-Fi. It's directly inspired by Child's Play 2. I thought, personally, that we had the trailer, it looked quite cool. I thought it looked quite cool. Mm-hmm. It looked like Chucky as Chucky, not like the one you said they made before.
The newer one.
Yeah, it was Chucky. It just looked graphic and like Chucky. Chucky's swearing and just being Chucky. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, compared to that recent, I think that film must have only been out about 2 years ago, so it wasn't that long ago, and it was awful. It was like, well, I haven't seen it, but the trailer and the reviews for it afterwards weren't people just calling it shit. There was actually reasons behind it, and it tried to modernise it and make him like an app-controlled doll, and he was more of a robot other than an actual doll.
Yeah. I'm not a Chucky fan. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it does.
But this, I watched the trailer. I thought that looks quite fun. But I think Chucky's a character that people don't really care about anymore.
Nah,
it's a bit like
Pokemon.
How dare?
No, it isn't. But I completely agree.
I mean, but speaking of dated things, my next scrap, Blumhouse released The Exorcist 2 in 2023, which is a direct sequel to the 1973 film.
And they've got the rights for a third one as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be a new trilogy.
A new trilogy of that.
Yeah.
I don't like Exorcist films at all. Not just because I'm not a horror fan. I just think they're shit.
Yeah.
I've seen Exorcist 1.
Yeah. And she's back. The lady's back.
Well, the girl who spins her head.
Yeah, I think one of them is. From the frame thing. He's back.
Fair play.
Yeah. And I got one more.
Scraping the barrels here.
I got one more scrap. I think you might have this. I'm going to show you before. Okay. You mentioned it. I was the same for you.
No.
Okay. So.
I sent it in the chat to Sean, but go on.
So Blumhouse Television are making a series on Vince McMahon.
Oh,
and the Steroid Trial. It's called the Steroid Trial scripted series. I don't know what happened there, but Blumhouse, it was weird Blumhouse because they're a horror company.
Yeah.
So they're making it, but they're making a series on Vince McMahon, which should be interesting for wrestling.
I'm not usually like a documentary type of guy, but he's a great subject person to focus around, Vince McMahon. Like some of the stuff he must have done, and clearly has.
It sounds like it's only going to be around about one part.
Yeah.
I would have, if they did like a
biopic.
Of like rise to it and all the bad stuff, but it may have been, obviously, because it included the deaths of certain wrestlers and families.
Yeah.
And, but for wrestling fans, I sent it to the group chat for sure, and I sent it to Billy as well. And
I bet they were right on it.
Yes, very much so. You done?
I'm done.
Okay, so come out during this last week or so, which I think we all knew that The Rock wasn't actually. He's confirmed he's not going to return for the final 2 Fast and the Furious films. It's off of the back of the comments from Vin Diesel, where basically he said the feud all began because Vin Diesel was pushing Dwayne Johnson to become a better actor. Right, so that was what Vin Diesel said. So he said that they didn't get on because he wanted more out of him because he come to his franchise and wanted him to do better. Considering the level of acting in that franchise,
I was about to say,
it's a bit rich. So anyway, so these comments have been put to The Rock himself, and basically he didn't really comment on what Vin Diesel said, but all he did was laughed hard at what Vin Diesel's comments were.
Enough said.
So
he said something along the lines of, "Yeah, we all laughed hard at that one. That's all I'll say on it."
yeah.
So he didn't. Obviously, he's basically saying bullshit, and he's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel was saying that he used tough love to get Johnson to act better in Fast and
Who
Furious.
does he think he is, Vin Diesel? Like he's a grade A actor.
Bearing in mind, The Rock. I'm not saying he's an amazing actor, but he's the biggest actor in Hollywood in terms of
He's a better actor than any one of them, isn't he? And then the fact after that he brings in John Cena, who can't act. So I mean, he may be different in Suicide Squad, but my God, he's not different in that.
No.
And let's not forget Tyrese and Ludacris are also in this film.
Yeah. As well as they brought back the guy from Tokyo Drift,
Yeah.
whatever his name was. So
Legit, Paul Walker, RIP, was the only probably
yeah.
competent actor.
Vin Diesel in the first one is actually, I think, is actually really good as an actor in the first one.
Yeah, he does.
But he obviously, we've blasted that enough. But funny from The Rock. There.
Yeah.
My last little bit, and this probably made me laugh. So the original Space Jam director ripped into the new sequel, claiming it took him 5 sittings to watch, and that, in quotes, LeBron ain't no Michael.
That's fair. Tough but fair.
It's tough but fair.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I presumed that the original director come back. I didn't know. I just, in my head, just thought that the original director, clearly not.
Yeah.
Took him 5 sittings to get through it. And to be fair, I sort of agree with him.
Yeah. I could have done it.
If I didn't have to watch it on that day, so we did it on this, I probably
No, I
wouldn't
do
have watched it all
agree.
the way through.
I don't really know the new director, like Malcolm something, or Malcolm Spellman or whatever. But yeah, it just didn't work, and it is a badly directed movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that is, check. That's that.
That's
for
that.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Connor's with the clothes.
That's the show. So thanks for listening. If you come this far, it was a good episode. I thought a lot of news, a lot of trailers.
Talking points.
Yeah, go to the socials at Weekly Cut, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It'll be on all the socials. All the trailers on the Twitter, so go check them out and listen back and tell us what you think. Next week, big episode, Suicide Squad. We'll be seeing on Friday. Review will be out on the Friday, an episode on the Wednesday. As a comeback for that. Thanks from me, Connor. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Come back. Love yous.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.